puppies know when something ain't right. What a good dog. So, Day of the Cross. Been trying to. I've just been doing a little research here. I always do that, but trying to get my head on straight here. So the puppies know. This one right here, he's trying to make Dad feel better, isn't he? He knows Dad is not feeling it. He is trying to. He knows Dad ain't feeling it, so we've been trying to make Dad feel better all morning. I gotta come take up my cross, so try not to be negative about how many times I've spent trying to avoid something like what just happened with me. Again, trying to get that, filing the police reports after being, have the police reports of that fraud was committed, my cards were taken, they spent my money, and yet it doesn't matter. I just wasted a massive amount of time. And I said it doesn't, it's never seen, that doesn't ever happen before. Never happened. That if you have a police report and a fraud and charges, that's what you file it for. So I don't know why he does all these things. I just wasted so much time trying to recover my money that everybody else would get back, because that's what you file a police report, right? If your cards are stolen and there's fraud, and then you file a police report, said, okay, they're charged with fraud, credit card fraud, then you get your money back, right? When you file a police report. Not me. Not me. They were, oh, this has never been seen before. Never seen this before. I'm just getting tired of hearing that, guys. Getting tired of it being I'm the only one. And I know I'm not the only one, but I ain't never seen this. I've heard this, not in 50 years, all this. So it's just getting hard. That's what I'm saying. I even filed reports. I don't know. And it's God doing it. See, it's God. So just having a hard time serving him today, guys. Kind of upset at him again, and I don't want it to rub off on you. So that's why I'm trying not to come in here and be negative. I have so many, I can bring my son in here and I can tell you that this has happened hundreds of times to me. Remember, I still have $20,000 worth of stuff sitting 10 miles away from me that for years I've tried to get my stuff back. It's been on this, on the internet. I've had the cops to my house over the whole thing. So, whatever. I don't know. Two and a half months of not being able to sell something after 20 years of being able to see, that's why my son said, put your overlay, Dad, on the description. It's your water overlay and your federal overland map that's pissing them off. That's why you've been shut off. You're right. You're right, Dad. They're pissed off. They got you shut off. So he understands. I did talk to him, and he understands what's going on here. I don't sell and make a living for nearly 20 years, and they can't, almost 3 months. I don't even get any. So I know it's got to be that. Anything electronic like this or whatever, see his electronic cards, I can't even recover my money when that's with the police report. That's insane. So I could sit here and talk to you I'll do a full 24-hour stream and give you a whole bunch of different examples of this, where no, never heard that. We've been here. No, that's weird. This is not in our policy. We don't know, understand why this is happening. We don't know how to fix it. And now, like, they know, and I've tried again and again and again. I call back, hey, this can't be. This can't be. This can't be. How is this that I filed a police report? He goes, I don't know. I don't know how this is possible. I've never seen this before. There we go again. So I don't know. I'm just frustrated because I don't want to think about money. I just don't want to think about money anymore. I'm just so tired of money. I would rather not be here than to ever think about another dollar again. And I ain't checking out because I have to endure. Oh yeah, I've been on the list, John, for a long time. I've been fighting with these principalities, powers, spiritual wickedness, the rulers of the darkness of this world for a long time, decades. So when you put over a federal overlay map and they've got this whole thing, look at my content, irregardless of what mirroring Brother Jim's teachings and stuff. Look at what I'm putting out. No, it's not anywhere else found. So of course you're going to get attacked, and the devil gets to attack you. Yeah, it's been like this. All right, like I said, I'll bring my son in here and I'll just let him say, hey, son, just start telling examples of the things you've seen me try to avoid. Just like this, I filed the police reports. Now 6 different copies of the police reports that all my money was taken. I got frauded. He was charged with credit card fraud. I've done everything I need to do, and yet now I'm not. They said, well, we can't there's nothing we can do now. We've tried. We don't know. The air thing. They're saying that I made the charges, that I authorized the charges, when the guy got charged with fraud. And they're like, well, we just can't change it. We've tried, sir. So I just have to accept that my money's taken, and I can't do, even though everybody else will get their money back. So all these things in life would just get hard to wake up every day. Again, $20,000 worth of stuff that's sitting 10 miles away from me and has been, it's sitting right there, and it has for years. I can't even go get it, So what a crazy life that the Most High has chosen for me. He can be pretty brutal and pretty vicious and tormenting and a savage sometimes to me. I tell you what, this is not what I needed right now. I don't need to be worrying about money. Remember, that's what I'm saying. Just so many times I end up with nothing. 10 years of trying to put a homestead here together and get people to come out here, and nothing's happening. So I'm about done with this world. Everybody's got their head up their 4th point of contact, and they're not getting ready. I'm not a know-all be-all, but I know what I've put out on my maps, and I know what I'm over this. So people don't want to listen, they'll pay the price. I'm not trying to get anybody to do anything. God chose everything. Like, this is what's happening with me, but I don't know. I'll never regret doing what I've done and have regrets, but there's just nothing here other than the word. I just don't. This place sucks. And nobody's getting ready for what is coming. Well, yeah, evil's getting ready, and the people who are rich are getting ready, and all that. But most of the masses have their head up there. So, and it's not for me to change. So I don't know, John. I didn't see anything. I don't see. I'm being so blocked electronically, John. I can't even. They've turned off all my Facebook Marketplace. Again, everything. So my email, I've been electronically attacked. I've been talking to my son about this ever since I put this water overlay map out with the federal, it's the heading of this thing. And he's the one, my son, he's encouraging it. He's like, Dad, go for it. Send it. Keep putting that map on your live streams. Keep putting it on your live streams, Dad. Just to keep doing you, Dad. Just keep doing you. Well, I know what's going on, Dad. I see it. Because he watched me for 25 years old. He had to be with me for 18 years of his life and go through he's seen me so broken down. Just like this, I don't need this right now. I mean, 10 years of trying to get this homestead together, and I still sit here alone. So, I need to stop. I mean, I'm not going to stop trying for others because I can't change what I've done for 50 years, you know, or whatever. I'm not going to. He still guides me. Like, I didn't want to come in here today because I'm so negative and I'm so pissed off right now and frustrated that I just wasted all that time on the phone, and I could have been in here. You know, I could have been in here. So, I don't mean to go there, but I feel like I could just keep getting raped. So that's crazy, John. I don't even know. It's the heading on this thing. It's tried to bring people. It's why my TikTok channel was taken down and shadow banned, and why now I've struggled here. I mean, I've done some pretty good live streams, and here, let's all show you, John. You want to see it? Here, this is, you want to see what's had me so I can't even pay my bills anymore? I've done this successfully for 20 years. I mean, I've never paid my land payments late one time here. So here you go. This is what's pissing them off. And I don't care. I'll never regret it. I act in God. I fear God.
Government land. This is the water overlay of the cycle where the water goes up.
It's not a flood, the whole earth event.
400 feet on a regular cycle. So this is the
I have
land.
the full video on the
It's going to be left.
That's been,
you see the water washes all the way up on both sides.
Little bouncy.
Colorado Rockies in here. So
I'm going to
taking years to do this overlay. I want you to see what the government knows.
That's what they don't want you to see. That's why I've been shadow banned.
That is government land.
Yes, this is the oceans are covering. I'll explain it, John. God, the Most High has me doing this.
Almost near perfect match. Look at California. Look at these lines. Look at this line.
I'll explain this, guys. Just take a look at what I got here, please.
This is what they know, guys.
They don't plan this stuff for nothing. Now watch when I zoom out. Look at the rest of why they haven't bought and taken over any.
Look at this edge right here. Look at all this edge right in here. Look at all the.
Now, see, they can shut my phone off at any time. Do you guys just see that? And in the middle of me in the middle of it, see? Anytime they can now electronically do anything to me they want. This is the electronic beast that I'm warning you is coming, brothers and sisters, because I mess with it. The Antichrist will be AI, not artificial.
Washington, look at that line up there. Look at the whole one. A little different on the scale, but pretty close
see that?
To what the
water, it has before come all the way up. All the way up. Why don't they have any of that land over there on the East Coast?
So
taken over and bought up.
Ocean out here, gone.
I'll explain that. Don't freak out. Hold on.
Over here on the East Coast.
But why is that a match?
Look how that lines up right there.
They know this, guys. This is the event that they're getting ready for. This is in Scripture, too. This is biblical. Why do they not have any...
Again, look at that down in the bottom of California there. Look at how almost near perfect that lines up. Look at that edge up towards the top. All right. That is something you're not going to find anywhere else.
So it's not that. It's that. They don't want you to see the combination of what they've done. So
what they're getting ready for.
Right now, there are cities... you can go take scuba diving trips off of our continents. They're underwater between 100 to 400 feet. And so this cycle in the last time has come up. This time it's going to go down, but it's going to come up onto the land. This is a cycle. So what I have given you is an overlay mean, but the average. The water has come up into the Rockies a little bit further and less before on this cycle. I'm telling you, it's up now. So it's not going to come up and stay up. Not just what I showed you. See, when you see it on the land, it's not going to stay up there, and that's all that's going to be left in America. I have the full video on the TikTok channel that was taken down for putting this up. Since then, I've not sold anything on the internet. I can't even do anything electronically. Somehow they don't even know what's happening, and I'm not going to go into that. I'll talk about that afterwards. This cycle, in my discovery, I believe, and I've shown what will cause this, is this magnetic. This all has to do with the cycle. Brothers and sisters, this is God doing this. And obviously they know this, and I've shown this over and over in my videos, that we're in the 12,000 year cycle. This isn't something they're not fully aware of and are not haven't been preparing for. Let me show you this. This is all the celestial ages in a 2,000 year potentially civilization ending catastrophic events and of the last 180,000 years or previous great year cycles. So this is the celestial wheel of Aquarius. The opposite side of this, we're here right now. We're right here. 6,000 years ago, this is the flood event of Noah. He promised he'd never flood the earth again. I'm not showing you that the earth will be completely flooded. That's not what you're seeing. But they have been very aware, if you know, for all these events are marked with dates, that each one of them happened. Okay? And if you notice, every one of them fall right on that yellow line. It's not a guess. They don't have to think, oh, will it fall this way this time? Will it fall anywhere? No, every single time it hits directly on that line. So back here in 2020, it came out of the age of Christ, Pisces, which we came in with the Star of Bethlehem, the Star of David. I teach all this from the age of Aries into the age of Pisces, and now we're into the age of Aquarius. The opposite was the time of Christ back here, Leo. So all these events have been known, guys, for thousands of years. That's how demonic. These people are absolutely demons for what they do. That is like hitting a clock. Ding, ding. Notice none of them in the yellow or none of them in the gray. This is God doing this, brothers and sisters. Remember, be not dismayed at the ways of the signs of the heavens in the book of Jeremiah 10. I'm not trying to cause you to have fear. The heathens are dismayed at them. Do not be a heathen. That's why I have all these markers, brother. He sent me here. When we saw Saturn conjunct Jupiter, we left that age of Aries or Pisces that we came into when the wise men at the time of Christ. Listen to me, brothers and sisters. Listen, when we saw the conjunction of Jupiter, the king star, and remember the morning star, this is the Star of Bethlehem. Right here. When the morning star conjuncted the king, it gets its name, the king, because it's out the longest and it is the brightest. When it conjuncted the morning star, we left the age of Aries, which was the age of fire. David declared him Aries the Lamb of God, born of Bethlehem as David was born of Bethlehem. When we saw this conjunction, listen to me, brothers and sisters, this is the sign that the wise men were watching. They were watching the king's star. They knew to pay attention and to look up. They were wise. Be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. When we left this age of Aries, when we saw this conjunction, not only did it birthed the Pisces, the Vesica Pisces, out of the matrix, not into the matrix, the first to penetrate the matrix. This was the eclipse, the marriage, the union between two celestial bodies to become the Super Bowl. Like that's all happening here in America that they're showing you. They're a mega event. But let's go back in time. At the time before Christ, this was the sign that the wise men saw. Yes, they were paying attention to the king's star. They were wise and they were looking up at the heavens, at the signs in the stars and in the sun and in the moon. They were told by Christ to look up. There would be signs in the stars. So these wise men were paying attention to the king. Melchizedek in the scripture, brothers and sisters, this is God's word. All glory to the Father, all glory to the Most High. But when these wise men looked up, they saw the conjunction, the marriage between two celestial heavens, not just one, but two celestial bodies.
a star over a star, forming one marriage or one union. This was the birth of Christ, King, Shiloh, the lion from the tribe of Judah, the one in the signs, at the second sign that the wise men saw. Not just one, but they saw two signs, because they continued to watch and look up and continued to watch Jupiter, as then it moved to opposition and pointed to the head of the lion, because he was out of the tribe, sprang out of the tribe of Judah, and was the lion from the tribe of Judah. That was the scepter sign that declared him the head, the king of the church, the high priest, like Aaron and Levite, the high priest of the church, the head. We are the body of Christ, your brothers, your sister, and your mother, sons of God. But brothers and sisters, as we saw this passing of this celestial age from Aries into Ram, into the age, from fire into the age of water, this happened when this celestial conjunction formed the Star of David, born of Bethlehem, or the Star of Bethlehem, the birth of the King in the heavens. Not one, but two signs. Yes, they did continue to see that King move to opposition and point to the head of the church. So please look up, because as I've told you, when we've left this age back here on 12/21 of 2020, they've been signaling this with their fig tree sign that I have here for you in 2019, 9, 10, 0, 21, 21, 2, 2, 23, 3, 4, 4. Like the fig tree, if you don't bear fruit, he will cut it down. Brothers and sisters, there's devils down here, not just one in a red pokey suit with, a red leotards with a pokey tail, and that's the childish God. He mirrors Christ and he performs all the same wonders, and he's got a third of these angels down here with him. So let's put on your armor of God. They're about ready to do something very serious in this country. They're calling it their Omega, because he said, I am the Aleph and I am the Omega, the Alpha and the Omega. 24th letter of the English alphabet. X is the 24th letter. The beginning, the Aleph, the Alpha, which negates which will follow. They drew an Aleph symbol showing you shadows on the ground, when if you were looking up, you would realize he said, I am the horizo. This happens on a horizontal plane. Horizo. This happened on a diagonal. Yes, the great red dragon. You can't see the dragon, but he's under there. Eclipse, the diagonal eclipse. I don't know of another man on this earth that's marked this event on his body to be able to tell this message of what they're doing, foreshadowing. Shadows on the ground. He told you to look up. He didn't tell you to look on the ground at shadows on the ground. He told look up, and you realize that that's not an eclipse. They called it the red dragon eclipse, and then the sun went the wrong way. Went through 7, starting in Salem, Jerusalem, Oregon. Yeah, that's right. Jerusalem, and came out on the 33rd parallel, mocking Christ. The sun going the wrong way, diagonally through the sun. I called the next event well ahead of time on my TikTok before it got taken down, with this inversion of the Pisces. The Pisces. Pisces, the Vesica Pisces. Their inversion with their monster energy, va, va, va. Their MasterCard. It's been there all along. CBS, Third Eye, the great April 8th, Red Dragon, and the Super Bowl, the eclipse, the bowl of the Giants in their stadiums with their satanic cultic ritual that they just held with their stupid bowl. But pay attention. They're marking shadows. Shadows, and for what is to come of what the seven to be completed. All in, 7 years from the time. Second time I warned in October, it came again from the west to the east, traveling the wrong way. Yes, most people have forgotten about this one. Coming from Oregon, again, the oldest place in the Northern Hemisphere, passing back through Texas, forming X, and it did invert exactly. It came directly from the top, forming that black hole sun, the Omega event that was foreshadowed to come. We haven't seen April 8th. Are they going to horizo? Or are they going to vertical? Or are they going to diagonal? What do you see? I see they know I'm on to them. I think they're going to horizo. And then I think X marks the spot, just like Mr. People's Champion, Mr. Stinky Musk, who changed from Twitter to X. On the Daemonion or Draco Comet, what they foreshadowed on their Heliophat logo, where it would eclipse and form the bull April 8th. That is April 8th, if you know how to speak their language. X equals 24. Aleph negates, cancels what it follows. Took them 7 years coming April 8th to form this Aleph symbol, the shadow. What I believe X marks the spot. It will start again and come across what? 7 Palestines traveling the wrong direction again, from west to east. And again, a warning of what I foreshadowed you of what is to come, and give you now 2 signs of Jonah, which he was spit out onto the belly of the land and had to forecome of the foretelling of the 40 days of the destruction of Nineveh, a foreshadowing the 40 days of what is to come. The Va X, Va X, Va X, Va X, Va X, Va X, unleash the Antichrist system. First, I believe, here in America, because it's all a bunch of lies. These are not eclipses, brothers and sisters. This is them casting visual voodoo. I don't know how they're doing it, but remember, the veil has been lifted back here in 2020. When we left that age of deception, Pisces, yes, when we had that conjunction back between the king and the morning star, the whole, the Super Bowl, the marriage, the union, the birth of the king, we left the age of Aries and came into the age of Pisces. When we saw this conjunction back in 2020 with the king and Kronos, Saturn, marking time. Remember, the pagans prayed to this Kronos marker, time marker, because they thought they could slow the sun from going away. The time marker has the slowest rotation around the sun. When Saturn, the time marker, conjuncted Jupiter in 2020, we left that age, year 0. Welcome to the new age. We have entered to the age of revelation, the age of the apocalypse, not Armageddon. Stand by. We've got years in mind for that day. Yeah, we're not that close yet. Hold on. This is a foreshadowing of the destruction. To be 7 is to be completed. Aleph is the symbol to negate what cancels. I believe the beast will be released on this nation. It's a foreshadow, not any particular day. Nobody knows the day or the hour, but they have obviously been marking this particular day for quite some time. They've been putting, I can put hundreds more logos in front of your face. I only got so much board, but pay attention, because we've already left that age of deception. And we are in the age of Aquarius. We are in the age of the water bearer, who is pouring out his knowledge on his body through his messengers, as he said he would, to give him this age of revelation to understand that the veil has been lifted. And we've already entered into the age of Aquarius, brothers and sisters. That's right, because apocalypse means to lift the veil, to remove the cover, to reveal a revelation. We're there, brothers and sisters, and they know this. They've been hiding this. I showed you this on their marker. I showed you that he told us to be wise and look up. He has sent me here to declare this message, brothers and sisters. I don't want to get up any day of the week anymore. He just beats me, but I have to be here to declare this, because there's not one other person on this earth I can believe the declaring of the coming of the King, and the declaring of the coming of the King. And then again in the celestial heavens, the King was declared the water bearer. Pisces, Fomalhaut the fish, that he was pouring his living water. Remember the woman at the well, that he said you will never thirst again. He's pouring it out on Fomalhaut, his fish, right here. Another celestial marker of my love. Shiloh, the most high in the heavens. Aquarius, the vessel pouring out that living water on his fish. Follow that water, brothers and sisters. Follow that knowledge. Be wise and look up, because they got the whole world down here looking down, and shadows on the ground. Be wise and look up. So there you go. I guess that's why I'm here, brothers and sisters, because I don't even want to get up every day, but nobody else is declaring that message. Nobody knows the day or the hour. I'm not depicting the end of the world, but I'm trying to tell you that they're telling you they're about to cancel this America as we know it. And I think it won't be nuclear annihilation. It won't be. They're going to unleash the beast system that you, again, obviously seen has already been released on me. But because I've released what I released, I can't sell nothing. I get my money taken. I can't even get my money back. And also, it is what it is, but it's already, they're foreshadowing. Like Nineveh, he was told, the sign of Jonah, of the coming destruction of what was to come. 40 days. Remember, after 3 days in the belly of the whale, as Christ was 3 days in the belly of in the tomb. Kind of like the womb, right? Or the belly of the lamb, right? Nope. The belly of this earth, right? His tomb. That the stone was rolled back and he had already risen. Hallelujah. So fulfilling what he said he'd do. So this is not, brothers and sisters, I don't know how you make the sun go the wrong way. I don't know how they're doing this. That's why in 2017, I marked my body with that same celestial event, knowing, and I don't think there's one other man on this earth that has that event tattooed on his body. The diagonal going the wrong way and then going the wrong way through the United States. My brain has never been the same, ever. And now I remember he says that the stars can be corrupted, because I study this stuff and have for decades. I didn't just, again, the only man on this earth that has the Revelation 12 sign, the sign of the Virgin, Revelation 12, a crown of 12 stars, Leo, Venus, Mercury, Mars, all that. We saw that in 2017. We saw the sign. It's just, this is such a beautiful time. He spoke of a celestial sign in the stars. He said there would be a sign in the stars of the second coming of Christ. Yes, I think that's what Mr. Musk has got going up there, Kinetic. Somebody might, I think that's why, thanks for letting me come hang out with you, brothers. It's so hard to be in this flesh, knowing that, hope I'm wrong with this water thing, but they got something going over there. Something over that. All these satellites, guys, 99 red balloons. It's all in the movies, guys. It's all in the movies. If you guys will do me a favor, take a note here, write this down, and I've already given you this. Please go watch Casey from Enter the Stars. Enter the Stars. Let me take a little break on this, sir. I'm getting a little frustrated today, guys. Can't even keep my head on straight. Just got a couple days for these land payments are due, and still trying to decipher how, or just what it is. Let it go for now. Teach, Tracy, shut up and teach. Okay, check it out, guys. There's great job. It's a little bit of this nonsense. I had this from the other teaching. I hope, do you guys understand what I'm talking about the parable of this fig tree that I've shown? They talked about year zero, because this is what they mean by year zero. I talked about this, 10 years before this event. I could tell you about this in 2010. Because I knew that would be the year zero, 2001, 21, 22, 3, and then 4. Cool. That parable, the fig tree, guys, year 4, we are there, the Omega event, 24. Remember, I talk about the 4 large gas giants, not only this stuff, but the real thing that's happening. At the time of Christ, when he sowed salt into the land and Nebuchadnezzar destroyed the temple, we're there again in the celestial heavens 2,600 plus years later, brothers and sisters. I'm just trying to bring you to celestial markers. This isn't real. I'm telling you, I believe anybody, if they were of Christ. Yeah, but that was a hocus. Remember, that's when silver hit $50. Remember, Crayat? That wasn't, the Mayans, if you paid attention that year up towards the north, those Athabascans, the Alaskans, they have a festival they do every year where they watch where the sun comes up at a certain place, and always have. They held that celebration. That year, that event, the sun didn't come up in the same location. It came up later, and it came way up over on the other side of the horizon, through the other, because it became between the two peaks. You can look this up. So something did happen in 2012. There was a shift. They saw it. You're not, guys, so back here, that wasn't the end. That was in their calendar. They knew there would be a shift, because it's actually 12 years, a solar cycle. That was a hocus pocus, guys. It's 12 years, one solar cycle away from that. How long is a solar cycle? How long is a solar cycle, guys? 11.9 years. Here we are, 11.9 years later, brothers and sisters. That was not the Mayans. They played off people's ignorance, brothers and sisters. The Mayans were very multifaceted. That's right. The beginning of this countdown of the foreshadowing of this day of the one solar cycle away to 11.9 years from 2012, 2024, the Omega event. X marks the spot. You guys, they've known of this. I already showed you that Maltese cross. So this marker marked year zero, which I talked about back in 2010, knowing that in 2020, what happened in 2020, guys? What happened in 2020? Oh, everything was just the same in 2020, correct? Yeah, look up. Thank you, John. He tells us to look. Your Redeemer, the one who paid the bride price. Hello, the wedding feast of the Lambs, the one he divorced, he'll come back and pick up his bride. So, 12 years, 2000, 2001, 2001, right? No, 2021, I was talking back about this reset. What happened in 2020, guys? Was everything the same? Is everything the same? Yeah, look, we left the celestial age. And 99% of the world does not know that. Are you guys hearing me? 99% of the world does not know that we're in this age. They're still in this age of deception. which was the age of Pisces, the age of deception, where all the extra holidays and the calendar was changed and all that was changed in this age. Now we're like, hey, we're hanging out in Davos. Back here is like, hey, they're hiding out in California and they're burning, candles and drawing pentagrams on the ground, cutting off chicken heads and Bohemian Grove. Now they're like, we're meeting in Davos, Switzerland. They ain't even hiding it. They can't hide it anymore. So yeah, somebody's getting they can't hide it. There's no more hiding that deception. If you have had the veil lifted, this is the age. So what happened in 2020, guys? Was there any event? Did you get anything in warp speed? Did you get boosted there? Was there any kind of boost to get you to? Anything happened in this age? Anyone? Let no man steal your crown. They were signaling to the coming of the king. That's right. They were signaling the coming of the king. The king, right? The porthole, the birth of the king. I hope you see how this is all related, brothers and sisters. They have known of this. Year zero started this countdown for the parable of the fig tree. Year zero. Yes, the booster. No, that's not the mark. There is no, the mark. We are under a spiritual. There is no physical. There is no physical. He blotted that out in the handwriting of ordinances in the book of Colossians 2 and 14 as what was pounded out on tables of stone onto the tablets as Moses was given that law. He said was blotted out and now sprinkled with the blood of the Lamb as he paid, as he was nailed to that tree, stake, crucified, and it's now sprinkled with that blood on fleshy tables of our hearts. The mark is never physical. It will never be a physical mark. Okay, whatever your hand does. Thank you, John. No, don't smack that person for being in. Is the hand telling what the head do, or is the head telling the hand what to do? The right hand is predominant. The mark, he says, come back and seal mine with my, remember? No problems, brothers and sisters. Everything is spiritual now, brothers and sisters. Everything is spiritual. Remember, he paid the price in flesh to make this spiritual. He paid the price in the flesh for his bride. For his bride. His oligos bride. Yeah. Believe. Hey, guess what? There will ban. I don't normally keep my with vipers or cast my pearls before swine. I just throw my pearls in the mud. But believe, I'll give you a little gem, and then please somebody get him out of here. Believe is not a thought in your head. It's an actual verb. So it's not what you think. Now, please get him up against the wall. Dance the wall. Get him out of here. Thank you. Brothers and sisters, it's a spiritual mark. Remember, he said it's not adultery, right? If you covet another man's wife, that is adultery. He started making amendments when he was here, brothers and sisters. Remember, used to be the physical, and now he said if you even think, oh, wait, hold on, was that belief? Oh, remember, belief is a verb, faith is a noun, brothers and sisters. So rethink John 3:16. I believe Jesus. That's legs on faith. Okay? This isn't a religious channel, just so you know. You didn't come into some kind of religious nonsense. Did you see there was a whiteboard up there? You want to learn? I got a classroom. It's called Grace and Truth Ministries. This is high desert Grace and Truth, the mirror of that channel. So I'm in here taking up my cross, and I don't even want to. Thanks for coming in, John. Good to see you, brother. So, struggling a little bit today. No, not once saved, always saved. Thank you, enthusiast. As he blotted out the handwriting of ordinances, has made those now sprinkles on fleshy tables of our hearts. Yes, he chose. You were saved from the beginning, so you understand that from the beginning. Obviously, you have a little, but you have to be endure to the end. Like I so would love to just take and put a gun to my head and blow my head off right now because I hate being in this flesh, but I'll never do that because he tells me ever, no matter how bad it gets, because I have to, that's not, I'm just telling you, he tells me the word is sozo, salvation, then I have to endure to the end to be saved. So as he blotted out the handwriting of ordinances and was now sprinkled on the blood of our hearts with that blood, and it's spiritual, right? This ordinance that we're under now is all spiritual, brothers and sisters. It's all a blotting out to make it this, as he can take you out of that Lamb's book of life. His last words that he left us with. If you add to this book your own opinion, froward is what the Hebrew word he said, froward. You're frowarding my word to the Pharisees. You're frowarding my word. You're perverting it. You're twisting it. That's why he made a physical, then said, now if you covet another man's wife, that is adultery. You covet, you made it not, you understand? So, brothers and sisters, we are under a spiritual law now. He didn't come and abolish the law. Can you go, if somebody kills your sister, can you go back and kill their sister? That used to be according to the law, brothers and sisters, and it didn't even apply to you if you were a Gentile. But that was the Jewish law, okay? And understand, he came back and made amendments, and he made this a spiritual law. So we must go through a spiritual sacrifice. We must spiritually take our cross up, as he says, who shall ever come after me? Let them deny themselves, take up their cross daily, and follow after me. See, I have to endure to the end to be saved. I have to, remember, I don't want to be here. I hate my life right now. It's just so hard to be in this flesh. Somebody just took all my money from me, and I filed the police reports, fraud and everything, and I'm not going to get the money back that I need to pay my land payment, even though I was stolen from, and they caught the guy, got my credit cards back. I filed the fraud charges multiple times. I'm still never going to get my money back. So my life is just like that, but I still do what he tells me to do. Take up your cross daily and follow after me. I can't set it down. So once saved, always saved. No. He said, if you add to that book, you will receive of all the plagues. Obviously, I didn't do this right, and I'm suffering right now already. Okay, I'm not a saint. I'm a veteran, prior police officer. I haven't always done the right thing. It's not, I've been made my changes. I've been rebuked. I feel like he's turned me a long time ago, but that's not up to me. I might not even be a sheep. I could easily be a goat and not be a vessel of wrath fitted for destruction from the foundation of the world and wasting my time. But he does make his sheep, and he chooses those from the beginning. So once saved, always saved? No. If you're a sheep, because God creates vessels of wrath fitted for destruction from the foundation of the world, so it was already written, and then vessels of mercy that he'll call out in that book of life. But he who says, if you take away even the smallest jot or tittle from my word, from my law, from my testament, old, new, my authority, he paid that in blood. Remember, he made this a New Testament. We're under you can't go kill somebody's sister because they kill yours. He says, let vengeance be mine, saith the Lord. He said, if you covet another man's wife, that's adultery. He made this all spiritual. And if you even take the smallest jot, would be like a period or comma, like in the common English, that would be the smallest jot or tittle. That's what that meant. From that book, your name will be blotted out. So you can be a sheep and your name could be blotted out, and you will not have your name taken out of that book of life. That's been my message here recently. So it's a great question. Once saved, always saved. No. And nowhere being saved in your life. You can't be saved anywhere in your life. You can't be saved anywhere in your life. You are already purchased. He said, I'm going to come back and pick up I'm going to redeem. It's a contract with his bride. Just said, listen, just as a bride and a groom were married that was nailed to a stake, top, bottom, a contract, two witnesses in a public place. He made that contract in blood, the same, nailed himself, top, hands, feet, bottom, two witnesses, thieves to the side. It was a little contract, and there's formalities in that day, brothers and sisters. The bride would tarry. She would leave, and the groom would get that place prepared. Just as he said, I'm going to leave to go where my father is at. and I'm going to go and prepare a place, and I'm going to come back and pick up my purchased possession, which I paid from the foundation of the world. I chose them, I saved them, sozo, to be taken and carried from the beginning to a point to the end. So you must endure to the end to be saved, to be picked up. If you take and buy something, you come back 2 hours later and purchase it, pick it up. That's called redemption. Redemption. You come back 2 days later, redemption. 2 years later, redemption. 200 years later, 2,000 years later, that's called redemption. He said, look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. He said, I will go prepare that place, and I will come back and redeem you. I will receive you, and I will take you where my Father's at. That place he prepared, and your name will be called out in that Lamb's book of life, brothers and sisters. This is the marriage. He divorced his bride. He divorced his bride. It's a spiritual inwardly Jew. I don't do no labels. So do I love? Love is the word what? What is the word love? Nomi? What's the word love? You say love, but what does that mean? 2 John and 6. Look it up. Boom. It's right there. It's that word. Starts with an A. Walk and follow in the commandments of God. That's what love is. Agape. You don't need to look it up. I just gave it to you. Agape. So God chooses a mass murder. Apostle Paul was not only the ones who hung him, a Pharisee, but a mass murder of Christians. A mass murder of Christians, and God rebuked his heart on the road to Damascus. The worst thing he could probably be at the day was he didn't like taxes. Remember, he went into the church and fastened the cording off of the curtains and whipped the people who were selling the doves. and turned over the money changers. He got physical, like Olivia Newton-John. Remember, let's get physical. He got physical over a tax collector, and Matthew was a tax collector. So the name of the channel is Predestined for Light. The word is predestination. He chose from the foundation of the world who he wanted, and he pulled them pro horizo into the horizon, predetermined. The division, they were in prison, the division of day, dark and night, dark and light, right? Day and night, dark and light. He takes those from the darkness. Paul, the mass murderer of Christians, and a Pharisee, and rebuked his heart on the road to Damascus. So he chooses who he takes from this sin of darkness. He's the only thing that exists without darkness, the Most High. That's right, the horizo, the light. He takes who he chooses from the prison and pulls them into his horizo. That's where the horizon, that's where the light came up in the morning. I called the channel Predestined for Light. Pro horizo, predetermined for the horizon. Those he pulls from the darkness, from this dark sin, born of the corrupt dust in this sin, mass murder, tax collector, whoever he chooses. He hung out with a prostitute. He didn't do the things of this world, and pulls them into his aletheia, right? Truth, and then horizo, light. He said, I am the hados, the way, the aletheia, and the horizo. Who's in here speaking Greek? I speak Greek. You just said that 3 times. You speak Greek, right? That's what he said. I am the hados, which meant to be in the same narrow way. He tells us we must go on that narrow path to go through the straight gate. Enter through the straight gate, because wide is the path and broad is the way that leads to eternal destruction. The lake of fire, the abyss, hell as you know it. Right? And there are many, most people enter by that gate. Hell, most people go to hell. According to God's word through the book of Matthew, he says, enter through the straight gate. Straight is the gate, and narrow is the path. Difficult is the path. We must be narrowed. That word in the Greek would be a theolobo. Where's my Greek speakers here? Theolobo, to be pushed down, right? Hated by the world, hated by your family, because you will not do the things of the world. Hell is the place of no knowledge. The word is abyss. A is the first letter. I am the Aleph, the truth, right? The Aletheia. I am the Alpha. That's the same letter in the Greek, right? Alpha. That negates any word that follows in the Greek. So Revelation 9:11 says they have a king over them, the crown, one that no man steal your crown. Careful. A messenger. They have a messenger over them. An angelos. Angelos. Messenger. Angel and messenger mean the same thing. They have a messenger over them, the messenger of the abyss. Your lollipop version, your milky watered down version says lake of fire, but it's abyss, ABYSS. Abyss is one word in the English. It's two words in the Greek. That alpha, it negates, it cancels. You know the sign where the cross is out? So it cancels out what follows. So bis is two words in the Greek. Who knows? Where's all my Greek people? You should be ahead of me putting all this. Bis is the word BATHOS or BUS, busos or bathos, and that's the word knowledge. Knowledge. So hell is the place of no knowledge. Boom, shakalaka. Not what you thought, right? So they have a messenger of that abyss, that hell. And most people go to the place of no knowledge. Not what you thought, huh? That's the definition of it. For straight is the gate, and difficult is the path, brothers and sisters. I can't even get my money back and I filed police reports for the guy who stole my money with the police report, and I can't even get my money back. So here I am, all mad at God, and I'm still in here. Take up your cross daily. Difficult is the path that leads to eternal life, and there are OLIGOS, thank you earlier, oligos. Fear not, little teeny tiny puny flock. Many are called, few are chosen. Teeny tiny oligos flock. Fear not, little oligos flock, for it's your fathers to enter through that narrow oligos gate that very few oligos find. Study the Greek. Study the Hebrew. You'll uncover what he's telling you. You got to go through a narrowing. You got to go through suffering to get to Christ Jesus. It's a daily cross. We can't set it down. I'm madder than all snot at God right now. How do you think it feels for somebody to steal all your money, and then you can't even get it back with the police report? So he beats the living tar out of me. Won't even let anybody come into my life. All my friends are online. I only got one friend. Been out here 10 years trying to make a homestead. Not one person came. Bam, here I am, just beating the living snot out of me. Just every time I get up, he pushing me down. Here I am, doing his work. Who shall ever come after me? Let them deny themselves, take up their cross daily and follow after me. So, no, they don't. I already went. This is CashApp, and they're not giving any of my money back. I've already done multiple times. So you can sit there and say they must, but they're not. Because this has never happened before. Never happened before. It means a puny number in the Greek. That's kind of having a little mountain there. So anyways, this is my suffering. So he beats the crap out of me and lets people steal my money all the time, steal everything. I've had everything I've owned. So I got $20,000 worth of stuff sitting right over 10 miles away from me from 2 years. I've been trying to get back, and I've already, but it is what it is, guys. I'm still here doing this work, no matter whether I want to. I waited. I was really upset this morning, really frustrated on all the time that I've wasted, So, oh, well, I could have been in here talking to you guys, spending my time doing God's work, put my treasure up in heaven. So I can't even do any work outside anymore. I don't even want to do anything of this world. This material stuff is just too much. So sucks knowing what's coming. The word rapture's never been written in scripture. The word you're using, a word that's never even been written one time. It's not biblical. It has no biblical. So he's just telling you it's never been written. So I don't want it. This is what God wants from me, guys. So it's just between me and God, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I want to send out some big thanks for everybody who's been here supporting me these last, couple months. Has been really difficult for me. And let's try. I'm a man of God, but I struggle too. We all have our struggles. So I'm not the only one, but I want to send a thanks out to everybody who's been filling in the gaps for me, the body here. So it's harpoza, a calling up of his elect, but rapture makes people think that they're going to get out of here early, and there's no getting out of here early. And that's a false doctrine. Another gospel that we were warned about by the Apostle Paul. So Yes, it will be worth it in the end for me, Harrison, because I put my treasure up in heaven. So I don't go after and seek vengeance after people. People always steal everything. My own family, you know, my own blood, not my family, but came and stole everything. My son is here in the chat, Ewok, and he wasn't even an adult and stole everything of his too. Stole all my stuff and all his stuff, my own blood. So, yeah. And five going on 6 years ago, I had to start all over with nothing but a tent that, you know, is all come to pieces now. But so, yeah, just 6 years ago, I had to start everything all over again after 20 plus years. And he got all his stuff stolen too. So God beats the living snot out of me all the time. So what do the people think of you outside in this town? They think I'm crazy. They run away from me because he's always talking about Jesus. Oh, here he comes. Well, he'll make you stand there for an hour and keep talking about Jesus. So is that what you're saying? And he says, if you deny me in front of your family and friends and in the world, I'll deny you in front of my Father. So yeah, and that guy gets please, when you can get there. Dreams are powerful. I don't dream enthusiast, but dreams are in scripture. So I believe dreams are biblical. I mean, it's something we need to discern. Everything you dream is probably not always, but I'm a person who pays attention to scripture, and there was scripture that dreams were prophetic, not modern day prophecy, but yeah. Yep. Remember, he says, before they hated you, they hated me. So they got to hate you guys. Remember, he said, if you're loved by the world, you'll be hated by my Father. So this world better hate you, or you're doing it wrong. You're probably going down that broad way, wide path, and you're probably going to go to hell, because difficult is the path that leads to eternal life, and straight is the gate. Narrow is the way. So just what it is. I have to deal with it, guys. My son's in here, and I told you, he could tell you 50, 100 stories where I tried to prevent something like this, exactly what's happened, the law. I even filed police reports, guys. Filed police reports. They got the guy. I got my cards back. I got the cards back. I had to get new cards, but they caught him. He got charged with credit card fraud, you know, draining all my account. I filed 6 times, 6 police reports, 13, 14 hours on the phone, and all a waste of my time. And now their answer is, well, sir, we've already disputed it multiple times, so there's nothing we can do anymore. Our system will only allow it to dispute it so many times. So now I have, sure, I have land payments, and this is what it's not paying. It's not paying my land payments. I don't have debt like that. No, I have land payments, and dog food that I was supposed to buy that day. I was supposed to go to town to get 5 bags of dog food, and the guy I had to give away a piece of my silver that I had saving, to get $40 to buy dog food. So, went home with 1 bag of dog food that day, and I got my credit cards back, but they charged the guy. So, most churches are mostly about attendance, not true. Yeah, no, the Most High doesn't dwell in temples or houses made by hands. 99% of churches are pagan. I don't care what denomination they are, what they say they are. They bring in Tree and Grove and Owl and Mithra and eat the orgy, sex king, crackers and grape juice, all that, Tammuz, Ishtar, star worship, lunar. It's all the same thing, just rebranded other new names. And so it doesn't matter. They're still vain and vanity, just like he says in the book of Jeremiah. So it doesn't matter. He says, my people will perish for knowledge, and 99% of the churches are just like they were at the time of Christ, the synagogues of Satan. So they're almost pretty much pagan, because they bring in, we're having a fall festival, and it's Christmas tree and birth dates and all that. That's not of Christ. Christ said it'd be better to celebrate our death than our birth. So, and why are they celebrating the birth of Christ on the date of the sun god? Banging pots and pans in the middle of the winter, because the devil's allowed to change times and season. He even changed the calendar, so to speak. So, anyways, my life has been a little difficult, so I didn't want to come on here, guys, this morning, but this dog here this morning has not let me be, because he knows I've struggled all morning, man. I am so pissed off at the world right now. Not the world. I'm not pissed off at anybody in the world. I'm pissed off at God. I'm just
so tired of waking up here. I don't want to be here anymore. This is all I have, and my son that's in this chat room here has been enjoying coming here. Otherwise, I ain't got nothing. The world doesn't have anything for me. Nobody's getting ready for what's coming, except for no, I'm not angry at the world. You're gonna get thrown out of here again. I'm not angry at the world. I corrected myself. So there you go. You want to get muted again? You probably said something out of line. So I normally don't mute anybody. It might have been one of my moderators. So you don't have to agree with me. But I just corrected myself, and I'm not mad at the world. I just said that earlier in the stream, and you were in here for that. So apparently you need to either take notes or put on your thinking cap. I don't know what I said to you last night. I might not even muted you. I have moderators that muted you. You know how many people message me, oh, why'd you mute me? I don't mute half the people. If Yaya's in here, you're probably, so don't take it out on me. And I'm not mad at the world. I corrected myself. So I think you got it wrong there. And you don't have to agree with anything I say. Chew the meat and spit out the bones. Discern all things. Believe no man. Only don't keep company with vipers. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Cool. Well, I'm just trying to do me, guys. I'm going through a difficult time in my life, and we all are. So, but I probably didn't mute you. Yeah, and I don't know, whatever. I'm strong. So I ain't going to sit there and, cool. That's all I'm trying to do, man. I'm just trying to be real. I'm not going to let anybody change me, and don't let me change you. Don't change a thing about, yeah, I don't mute half the people. I get so many people, Zero World, when Yaya's in here, I think he's going to mute me half the time. You know what I'm saying? I've said that when you've been in here, you've seen when Yaya comes in, we're like, oh, crap, I better watch what I say. My own moderator's going to mute me. Sorry, the stream went down. The moderator muted the host. So it probably wasn't me, man. And I normally don't mute too many people. But much love, guys. We're all struggling right now. And that's why I've got 37 things up for sale right now. Okay. It's not, but I've been blocked electronically, guys. I can't even get the cops I filed a police report. They caught the dude. You know what I'm saying? I did everything I was supposed to do. Everybody else would get their money. All 153 of you in here, because there's probably one of you in here like me. Thanks for hanging out with me, son. That has to go through this disgusting, hard life. And it's okay, guys. I'm just struggling, man. I live alone and I'm isolated, and I don't want to be isolated anymore. I don't want to be isolated anymore, man. I've been trying for 10 years to get people to come live an organic lifestyle, man. And I don't feel bad for what I'm doing, and I'm breaking down, guys. I'm just a man, and I might teach and I might have some interesting information, but I'm going through crap and hell right now too, guys. So I apologize for keep breaking down. I'm just a man. I'm filthy rags. I'm not deserving of this treasure that he's given me, this knowledge. And because I live on 40 acres, I want to share this. Guys, go stalk my platform. You'll see I've been trying so hard to get people to come be. I appreciate Bob. Appreciate it. Actually, I've had a couple people here in the last day, help me out here and get me a little bit closer. And I'm just running out of time too. So guys, normally I don't stress about finances. I'm a hardworking guy, and I buy and I sell, and I try not to pay a lot of things with money, because I can take a little bit of money and go buy something and fix it up and make a little bit of a profit, go buy into something else. And that's how I make my living. My son's in here as a witness. He's seen me self-employed like that for 20 years, guys. I got to be at every baseball, football, all the sporting events, when he was telling his teachers things that were beyond things I was teaching him, and they're like, you got to stop. He can't stop. He's got to stop talking about this stuff. And he's too far. He needs to slow down. I got to go meet with his teachers, not because he was getting in trouble, but I got to be there for all the things. And so it worked for 20 years, guys. But ever since Kinetic was in here, I put this water overlay video out that I showed earlier and ended up standing up, guys. This has had me shut down. I have made my way for 20 years on the internet, and I haven't sold anything in 3 months since I put out that video. So what are you trying to have people live on your land? I've done that for 10 years. 10 years. Come on, live off grid. I got charger controllers. I got an extra wind turbine for you. I got extra things. I got cabins out here. Yes, I'm building out a cabin right now that was supposed to be for somebody else.
But since nobody else came, heck, I'm just going to rent them out so I can try to make an income. Because if I can't, I don't need money. I don't need money, and you don't need money either, guys. You have to have some, but you know, you can get to where the point where you're growing all your own food, you're making all your own power, you're have all your own meat sources, you got your own water sources, you got ways to cool, heat your house, you got a place away from it. The materium is temporary anyways. Get some life, get a life back, so you can have time. You know, if 3 or 4 guys, there are people that get together and do this and very successful. Obviously, I haven't been able to be successful because it's what God wants me, but there are people who are doing this, okay, and successful. So please don't, if I'm struggling, please don't think that you can't do this. If 4 or 5 people come together, guys, you can cut down your cost to anything. Like, let me just, guys, I can't read your comments right now, and I'll try to go back. Let me shoot from the hip here. A piece of land, a 5-acre parcel, I pay $150 on that. And by the grace of God, I've gotten a CashApp donation, and I'm not going to lose that land. If I don't pay one payment, I've been paying on it for 5 years almost, guys, and I've almost have it paid off. I bought it to build a UFO. That's on my channel too. I'm a strange gentleman. I do different things. So I'm kind of a one-off guy. So I bought it for the community, guys. It's a message. It's spiritual thing to me. But that 5 acres cost me $150 a month. $150. We're already in the reset right now. We're already zero. We're already in the reset. Okay. That's $150 a month. You can move out here in a sleeping bag. This parcel's got some slope to it. If you could fend off the elements, you know what I'm saying? You could sleep in a sleeping bag out here. And nobody will bother you out in this community. It's kind of a bummer in this community because there's not a lot of community. And I'm going to explain to you guys, this is a very special place that I've been trying to tell people, and I have some article for you guys that I want to read to you. This place just made the best place in the world, guys, to see the sky, pretty much. It did. It's I want to read this article, but check this out. $150. You could put a little cabin on there. You can move out there in a trailer or something. It's very affordable. They won't mess with you out here because I mess with the ones who mess with you. I'm that guy. I fight off the code ordinance officer. I fight with the sheriffs. I'll do all the fighting for this community. And I pay the price for that, guys, dearly. And I have during the COVID, I did. I fought with the sheriffs. I fought with the government. But you don't have to do that. You come out here and be left alone and get 4 or 5 people on that $150 land payment. Land payment. And if 4 or 5 of you get together, you could build a nice, even if you built a community build just all to get out of the weather, and then build cabins. That was my original idea to do. 3 people at $150 a month. You guys, I've taken materials. I live in a house that's all nothing but repurposed. I live in a 40-foot cabin that's just been repurposed out of old barns and decks. And my property looks like moving on an old John Wayne movie set or something. But you can do shipping containers. I could get you a tractor trailer right now that I know that guy, because he'll pull it to that 5-acre parcel, and he wants $2,500. It's a 28-foot semi. You come buy one of those bully barns for that right now if you had a little bit of cash and move into that. This is what I started with. This. The very first thing I did was I put the fireplace in it. I put this fireplace hearth so I could heat it up. And this is pavings, pavers that you put down on the ground. Here's my wood stove. Got the wood fan going. So this works. Check it out. I'm off the grid. You don't need power. Check this out. This fan works off the heat of the stove. Just little things like this you can buy into, guys. So there are ways to do this. There's ways you can do this, guys. The taxes are probably $30 or $40 on that land a year for that 5-acre parcel. So you got $200 in land payments. And if you can just take, you keep asking what meat I have, but I have got dog right now. No, I sold my farm because nobody will come out here. I had to sell. I have sheep. I had goats. I had chickens. I had, rabbits. I've raised hogs. I've done, I've had cows out here. So I have a full working and have done it for 5 years, but I sold all the livestock because I can't keep doing it by myself. But I want to keep giving you the ideas that you can. And you can do this. Maybe I can do it again sometime, but it's going to take God to do it this time but what I'm trying to get you guys into, I know that's what I'm saying, guys. And this is a place, because listen, what I'm saying. Most places will regulate the snot out you. Those cars that drive around a little white. I live in a township. Most people move out here because they want to be left alone. And there's very little community out here. That's good. They're going to pay a price for that later, brothers and sisters. But a lot of people come out here and just love it. People move from the cities, guys. People move from all over right now out here, where I told people, because I've been out here for 10 years, telling that this was going to happen. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And it has happened. Everything I told them, that all these people that fought me, all the things I've told them has now come to pass. So I've actually people come up to me like, wow, man, you made it out here. I thought they were going to shoot you and get, and all those millionaires, and you were giving them a hard time sitting on the Chamber of Commerce and fighting with the cops. And I'm fighting for the rights of this community. I don't do my duty in my backyard. I've never bought property anywhere in the world. And I have 65 acres out here. I own 20 of it. And I'm trying to get the other 45 paid off. Somebody would steal all my money. Wouldn't be so frustrated today. I'd probably even have a better message for you. Apologize. I'm trying to work under a little bit of frustration, but guys, it is possible. I'm frustrated because nobody wants to do this. There are people out here, not too many people who do it out here, but 4 or 5 people, guys, 6, 2, 3 families, just a group of people. And that's not easy to do because there's always, too many chiefs and not enough Indians. But you guys, this town is ripe. It's very ripe for, there's a farming community. You don't need a commercial license to drive a lot of this equipment out here. There's high paying, farm jobs. We do have 2, little grocery stores out here. They put the largest Dollar General in the whole state of Oregon. This town's never going to grow. It's never going to grow. Now they just put the largest Dollar General in the whole state of Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Okay, look, he's like, come on, dude, take notes, just the world. And I promise I'll focus on you for just a second, guys. I don't want to talk about dollars, but it can be affordable. What I'm saying, guys, if you got into meat, if you could buy chickens, bought chickens, you could raise all your own eggs, protein, chickens. I'm not going to try to make it all elementary, but that's an easy way to get a good solid meat source that you can kind of do year round. 10 rabbits, $3 or 3 does and $7. The restaurants out here are the bomb. They shut down the farmhouse. But hey, if you guys want to do a restaurant with me, people have been begging me to do a restaurant out here forever. They want me to do a restaurant. I stood up with the restaurants during the COVID. I've managed a 5-star restaurant. You want to do food, you can be very successful out here doing I'll give you all my ideas too, guys. I'll give you all my ideas. So check it out. 10 rabbits, $7 and 3 does makes as much as a whole cow's worth of meat. A whole cow. They make as much meat as a whole cow. So sheep and goats are very, very tasty. I don't know if you eat them, but if you never have, you might try them. They're wonderful, especially when you raise them on the #1 alfalfa in the whole wide world. See, this place is very special that I live, guys. Not only is the #1 alfalfa in the world, $7 and 3 does make a whole cow's worth of meat in 1 year. So you don't have to have a cow, and you can easier slaughter it, sell it, give it away to the community. So let's get back to what I'm saying, guys. Let's do that oriented, though. So if you start growing chickens and rabbits, and maybe you can get a couple goats and bring that, you got your meat source. You got red meat, chicken, eggs. You got your meat is taken care of. And now you're not eating that dog crap that they feed us at the stores. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible, guys. It's garbage. It's food flavored poison in boxes and stuff. So we can grow underground gardens out here year round. Okay. I've already got a big massive one dug in. I just don't have anybody to grow the garden with me. So I'm not installing it because I don't want to grow extra. I already was raising a whole, I'm on a 40-acre farm. And they don't even do that in Holland. That's not even a thing. You know, I'm on a bigger thing in other countries. This is even unheard of on as much as land as I have out here. So I have the room, and you could too, just on that 5-acre parcel. I'm telling you, with $200, you know, I told you that's your land payment and your taxes. It's $150 or something. There's 3 of you splitting that. How much is that each? Now you've got your meat sources, right? I have a well drilling. I have a well drilling kit. You want to drill a well? Come over here and ask me. My well, I can drill multiple. You have to buy the mud for it, whatever. It's not some big machine, but there's water at 50 feet in most places in this valley. There's no water here. Hey, grow alfalfa out here, you ding dongs. In Timothy, hey, there's plenty of water out here. Okay? You know what I'm saying? With 3 and 27, you know what I'm saying? So you're starting to see what I'm saying. So your payments are nothing. You can get in here with I started with just a down payment on my 10 years ago, a first, and that was it. And then they moved me in on a land sale contract, you know, and I've been out 10 years, you know, whatever, came out a little bit after and whatever. So now you got somebody that said they'll give you access to drill a well. You might have spent 20 or 30 bucks to get the mud, the piping and stuff for it. That's not, I don't know. What are you waiting for, stuff to get more expensive? But that's not super expensive. Now you have a water source. Hook it up to a solar panel, a little wind turbine. It powers itself. Done. Water source, water tank filled up. It's a Mintonka moccasin. You know, it's a leather, forms the brim. It's a foldable. It's great. Sheep have pooped on it. It's been stepped on. It's probably got chick poop on it too. It's been so. Meat source taken care of. Water source taken care of. I'll help you get access to a cabin. A cabin. I'll help build your cabin. Somebody would come out here, I would help you guys. Even if you didn't move on my property and you moved out to this area, you know, I'll make a commitment to somebody. You help me for half the day. I'll help you for half the day until you can get your day done. Okay, hold on. We're all living here together with a few or 3 or 4 of us, right? You know what I'm saying? 3 or 4 of us are living on this property. So what our costs, mine is $225 on this payment that and again, I need the payments for this, almost the rest of this one and the other one is what I need. So I'm trying to come up with $275 that got stolen from you guys. So, but mine got stolen. But anyways, you're living. See, if I just had this here, guys, if I had people here, I'd never be in this predicament to begin with, but it is what it is. So meat source taken care of, water source taken care of. You got chickens, you got eggs, you got rabbits, you got plenty of red meat, white meat. You can raise pigs if you want out here. I don't eat pork anymore. You can. There's clean feed out here. So all your meat sources are taken care of. I said you can get a water source tank. You know what I'm saying? Get that taken care of. And now you're worried about building a nice little cabin. And now I'm going to encourage you to build an underground shelter. It makes me tired. It's a low energy meat. It's not you can eat anything. There's nothing you can eat in this world that's going to defile you with God. What are you, some Jew back there before that? We're not even under that covenant. It's just personal choice. So you get your cabin set up, guys. You know, if you want to build a 10 by 20, I told you can go right now and get that 28-foot tractor trailer for probably $2,000. $2,000, guys. $2,000. That's cheap. 28 foot of living space with a 9.5-foot ceiling, nice and tall. So you can, I like having this extra room up here like this, guys. This really makes it a lot different than trying to move into a 5th wheel. See, you know what I'm saying? I have a lofted bedroom. My bedroom's lofted up there, you know. All repurpose. There's a little bit of the old tractor trailer right there. Look, I put the wood on that. Look, I don't hardly ever show that. Look, there's part of the old trailer. There's an old one here. But that guy, it's for 28 foot of living space. You couldn't even buy one of those 10 by 10 bully barns. You know, those little she sheds, you know. So. Yeah, but see what I'm saying? That's cheap. That's cheap, man. 28 foot of living, and then add on to it. Take that and then go get a 45-foot shipping container and make a T or make an L. Get another shipping container. Get another tractor trailer, semi-trailer. I've got 3 of them out here. if you're interested, I might sell you some land out here. If you're serious, if you're a good neighbor, I might sell that 20 acres that I have next to me that I bought. If I could get the right person, I never thought I would, but I might consider it. I have a 53-foot tractor trailer over there. 53 foot. Now the roof, it tripped over and the roof came up, but I already got a replacement roof and, but anyways, back to the 28-foot tractor trailer for $2,000, guys. That's a house. You move in it like I did with this. I started building a fireplace. I've got 3 or 4 wood stoves out here for you. If you were on this property, no, I got a wood stove for you. I wouldn't even move anybody out here because I tried for nearly a year. To get people to come out here. And then it got close to winter. I'm like, I can't do this, guys, because I don't want to be responsible for somebody getting cold, because we do get cold nights. I wanted you to be able to have a nice wood stove off, 23 acres. Wow, how much? If you don't mind saying. It's 20 acres. I have primo spot in the valley. I have some of the so I'd encourage you to look out into this area and look at the pricing, gangster, forest gangsters. I'm trying to figure this out. So I live right off the wood line, guys. I could be 15, 20 minutes. I could be in the woods cutting wood. So I kind of live in a nice spot. There's mountaintops all around here. I'm at the edge of the Great Basin. So let me give you a little description real quick of what this place. Check this out, guys. This is so sick. I've just been trying to tell how much of a gem this place is. Okay, and hold on, I got to put some wood in the wood stove here, guys. Give me a second. The wood stove's getting. Let me get some more wood in there. Give me a second. Do you see? Yeah, you get a wood stove. You get a wood stove, and now your heat's taken care of, right? Now you don't have a heating bill, right? You can cut your propane. You go to the wood. We'll cut wood. We'll go get. There's all these ways you don't need money, especially right now. They're inflating the living piss out of it. You know what I'm saying? They're inflating the living crap out of it. So this might not be a bad time to think about doing something like this. There's a lot of people, guys, that cashed out of like Bend, the medium home price in Bend. Sorry, I'll take this out here. Look how big this piece of wood I'm trying to put in here. I got a big old chunk I'm trying to put in there. It takes a big old piece. But people have come out here, with less than $100,000, bought a piece of land. They own everything. They own the gravel. They own the driveway. They own the power pole. They're hooked up to the power. Every property I have, even though I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, so to speak, every one of my properties has power on one side of it. So I haven't bought a piece of property that doesn't have power on one side of it. So if I wanted to hook up to the grid, I could. Obviously, I make my own power. I've been off the grid for 5 years. So I don't see, again, how people think they need all this money. You don't need all that money. I have a travel trailer out here. If you look on my Predestined for Light channel on TikTok, you'll see it's called the Rusty Butterfly. It's a travel trailer that's been no, you can get rid of money. You don't need money. Yeah, I understand, but you're not in the right mentality. You guys none of you will ever make it. All you people who say you need money. I know you need money. You could collect cans around here in Oregon. You can make excuses. I had everything taken from me after 20 years of collecting things and came out here with no job, no nothing, no income. I have zero income with nothing and started over. So I don't want to hear it. I don't get any money any month. I have to work for all my money. I'm an honorably discharged veteran. I don't get benefits. I don't get no money from the veterans. I don't get Social Security. Fought them for 7 years. I don't want to hear excuses. Yes, you can. Did you hear what I just said? You find somebody out here that's doing something like this, and you go get a part-time job, and you'll still have money if you want to buy a beer, or I don't know, it's a legal state. They don't have dispensaries. Maybe you want to go down to Lakeview and get some medicine for yourself at the end of the night. I don't want to hear excuses. You can do this. You don't need all the money you think you need. You can relocate to a place like this, put a down payment on a land sale contract for like $150 a month. I told you that 5-acre parcel I've been paying on for 5 years. I bought it on land sale. Put like $150 down. The taxes are included in my payments every year. It's all $150. There's the land payment. Find 2 or 3 people. How much is that a month? Do you need that much money? I said you can move out here in a sleeping bag. Stop making excuses. You can do this, but actually you need to find a place that you can do it, though. You can do it. That won't kick you off the land and do all those things. This is a place that you can do that. So I'll move on with what I'm saying and see what I'm trying to explain to you guys. If you got yourself in that type of community setting where you didn't even need the part-time job anymore because you had all the things taken care of here, where you can just do a little side hustle or something and go sell something and ship it out off eBay, in the at the little post office down, you could figure out not how to have that and just stay here, or the property, not permanent, and then work for your 3 hours a day or whatever for the community, and then go leave the rest of the day and go play. That's your life all the rest of the time, to not worry about bills and money. It is 100% possible to do this. It just takes community. I've done it by myself with no income. I buy, I trade, I fix things up. I buy a line trimmer and it's got some problems with the trigger, and I fix it and buy it at a reasonable rate, and sell it for more during the springtime. I buy wood stoves during the summer. Normally I can get them for $50 to $75, $100. I sell them for $250 to $300 in the winter. I repaint them, replace the fire bricks, put a little money into. Same thing. That's how I make my way. I'm called a horse trader. I don't want to pay tax. I didn't send any money to Ukraine. I haven't sent any money to Ukraine. The taxes I pay aren't federal and state and none of that. I've paid land taxes, and I pay gas station taxes and solar panel, but I don't pay this W-2 taxes, and I didn't send any money to kill women and children. So this is possible. There are a lot of people who come out here and just get a cheap travel trailer and live in it. And if you just don't bother anybody out here, put it behind one of these little hills, and nobody's going to even know you're there. Yeah, they might see your little driveway, but if you ain't got trash blowing around and you're not causing riffraff out here, people just leave you alone. I'm legit reporting me to the IRS. Taxes are illegal. Make taxation. They threw taxes in the harbor for 3% peekaboo. I'm not scared of some stupid alphabet agency. And they even got 81,000 armed IRS agents. Mulan Lobby IRS, come on out here. Try to beat the Department of Defense, because they've already been to my house. That's one office below the president. You think I'm worried about the Internal Revenue Service? Pound sand there, peekaboo. I don't care about the stupid IRS. They're a corporation, just like the Department of Defense. A corporation. One office below the NSA. Oh, that's the threat of national security. Oh, I got reported for being on the terrorist watch list because I said that Donald Trump is a terrorist himself, and has actually been spending this country into infinity and didn't build the greatest wall. He brought you the greatest jab. And I could show you that he solicited the American public for $500 million when there was already $500 million for the wall under the Obama amendment. The dude's a criminal. I think I'm not worried about the IRS. I'm more on the other people's principality, powers, the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. My battle is not against you, peekaboo and flesh. You're just a little fleshy little troll. So, yeah, I fought the elected sheriff out here. The only one that has any authority over me. And he doesn't because I won't give him the authority. I've been trying to get that slime bag, no spine, jellyfish elected sheriff to come out since the COVID to stand with the valley and to come to my house to deal with this property that I told you that I got taken from me from a job that I did out here, legitimate, okay? And can't, because I messed with these people during the COVID, they don't want to do anything for me out here. So you guys just leave them alone out here and they won't mess with you. Trust me, I've got their attention. I got their attention out here. Okay. But they were going to come shoot me and put me in jail. And, oh, Tracy, you got to stop doing this. This is a national emergency declared in all 50 states. They're going to put you in Guantanamo Bay. You better stop doing. Get out of here. You're not going to sit there and do this in my backyard. I've been to all 50 states in America. I've lived in Alaska. I've lived in Hawaii. I've been to all 50. I've been to every major city. I've never bought property in any state ever. When I bought property here, you better not in my backyard. I'll do something about it. I'll make a stink about it myself because I go by God's law. He's the one who protected me out here. So it's beautiful. And this is God's country out here. And I live by the sword and I will die by the sword. So you guys with your drug connotations, you guys are all programmed, just so you know. You either say gay, drugs, or you can't, the hat just is too much for you. So you've been programmed, just so you know. And we always watch you when you come in here, and they're always looking at you. So when you insinuate, oh, or it's some kind of, like you're some kind of, like you've got some PhD in psychology, you know, oh, you're schizophrenic or you're, you know, how many things I've been accused of? The devil's an accuser, so don't worry about it. Not concerned about you're just zeros and ones to me. Collie buds, I'm blind to you. And haters, right? Anybody know who Collie buds is? Fade to you, you'd probably get a hold of me on my TikTok, same channel as this. You'll probably have to subscribe to me and bug the living crap out of me. I don't really go over there very often because they banned me for putting my water overlay map out over there, because if you guys knew what I knew, you guys would all be right here, right now. If you knew what I knew, I already showed you a few on this. Okay, here, we'll show you this, and then I'll give you a little sneak preview. Don't want to come out here, huh? Oh, wait a second, where is that one? Don't come out here. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to that crazy old dude in the desert with the beard. Every time he always comes, he's always in on here, man. I'm doing the Lord's work. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Hey, wait a minute. What is going on here? Where's all my videos? Oh, here we go. Boy. Whoa. This would be worth your time. Oh, wrong one. Don't want to move out here where I'm at, huh? You want to stay where you're at? Well, I'm not saying this is 100% deal, but if you think that I might be right, then maybe you might take a look at what I'm talking about. Here you go. You want to see me banned off the internet?
Maps, government land.
Oh, you're crazy.
Overlay of
Do you live over there?
Cycle.
Do you live over there?
Goes up 400 feet.
You live over there? Somewhere over there in the United States? You're talking smack from the keyboard? You better listen to what God, he sends his messengers.
The water washes all the way up on both sides to the Colorado Rockies.
Is this going to happen, or I'm just some crazy guy?
Years to do this overlay.
With this federal government for decades, you silly trolls.
See this land?
Oh wow, they've taken no land up over there, have they? Yes, a cult or a cult. Yep, that's just me. Just me. Just me out here. How could I be a cult? It's just me. You're an idiot, Toss.
California, look at these lines. Look at this line.
Oh, look at that. What do they know? Oh, they're not mad about that. They're mad that I showed you that.
See all that red land?
They're mad that I showed you that. They don't want you to see that.
This edge right here.
How come they haven't? Oh, that's where all those immigrants are going over there, huh?
Look at this
Oh, newcomers.
Go over this again.
So if you live over there, good luck.
Bouncy. I'm trying to use the
good luck. I've been telling you, you better do something about this.
right there.
I don't know. It might not happen at all.
Perfect line.
I'm just a crazy guy out here.
Look at Washington. Look at that line up there. Look at the hole. And little
On
different
that
scale,
red,
but pretty close to what
when that
the
red
land
map
is.
comes
These are
on,
different
what's left
maps.
in white is what the
But you can
public
see,
gets. They don't want any land over here.
that's what they bought. So all the rest of this out here.
Some of those higher areas, yeah, but
versus all this over here
so who's crazy now, huh?
on the East Coast. Look at all that.
Oh, who's crazy now, huh? Who's crazy guy? I'll live with what I've done. How much you don't have? You only got so much time on this earth. So do I. I'm going to make sure I use my time wisely. If I see something that's evil, I'm going to call it out. Be not partakers in their unfruitful works of darkness.
There, look at how almost near perfect that lines up. Look at that edge up towards the top. All right. That is something you're not going to find anywhere else.
Nope. I'm the only one on the internet putting it out. Thank you, Father, and give all glory to him. It ain't about me. It's about him. I've been under massive persecution since I put this out. I have not sold anything, and after 20 years, I get no inquiries on nothing. So it's worth it to me. I'll never, ever, ever stop working for the Lord. He says, be not partakers in their unfruitful works of darkness, yet expose them. So, brothers and sisters, I hope I'm wrong with what I'm showing you, but there are cities sitting off the coastlines right now that are 100 to 400 foot under the ocean. So the water is not coming up and staying up, but it will come up, wash into the land, soak in, and recede back down between 100 to 400 feet in this cycle. It's a cycle. This is not man doing it. This is not you doing it. This is a actual magnetic pinch that we are going to be pushed back into. I'll show you. And I'm the only one who's putting this out. So I'll explain it to you. And yeah, I'm suffering dearly because of it. But that's the price we pay. Through much tribulation we must go through to be with the Father, is what the Apostle Paul said. So here I am. Ellipsis, tribulation. So on 10, life repeats itself. That's right. Nothing new under the sun. So what I'm showing you here is not a new cycle. 2,600 plus years ago in 79 AD, we were in this same celestial. Yeah, I'm building an ark too. Collector, cool. Awesome. Good for you. Archive some of the word of God, please. Stick it in there, and that way he says heaven and earth will perish, but my word will never die. I'm not calling for the end of the world either, guys. But this is 10-24-24. Those are the four large Jovian gas giants, the four largest stars in our solar system. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. We get pinched right there in the middle between all four of those stars. So this happened before in 79 AD. I'm not telling you something that's never happened before. I'm not trying to make a prediction. I'll give you an overlay of what magnetism looks like coming out of each one of these. This is a graphic that I've made to show you all the different, that would be us like getting stuck in between all this magnetism. So the last time during the time of Christ, before the temple, which he predicted would be destroyed, Nebuchadnezzar, after 70 AD, came in and plowed salt into the land so nothing would grow there. So nothing would grow there. So nothing would grow there. Hello? Same thing. Here we are 2,600 years later. Yeah, that's different. He surrounded the nation of Israel. This time, guys, if you look on TikTok, the map is still up there that shows the whole. If you'll link the FOR channel, the FOR channel, you'll see the overlay video that shows all the oceans, all the maps that I have of all the different countries. I don't have all these on here. I've got some of them. I mean, I could show you, but the maps aren't very good. Like, here's how the rest of the country fends. Everything gets, it's not a complete, this is not a flood event. No, the promise of the rainbow. Remember, stop doing the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. I'm going to bring the fire. I'm going to bring the fire. There we go. There's Africa, Asia, Europe, China. So I have all these maps. I'm sorry, they're blurry. This is real blurry. Let me try to, but they are clear on that video on the Predestined for Life TikTok channel. But I don't go live anymore because they've suspended that channel. I don't get any interest to my backup channel. So I apologize. I don't have all the, obviously Australia doesn't fend very well. I apologize, my Aussies. You guys don't fend very well in this event. New Zealand probably want to get to the south. So he's not going to flood the whole earth. He promised he wouldn't flood the whole earth. This isn't the whole earth. It's pretty darn close in some spots. Going to feel like a... And what I've given you here, guys, is a mean map. Like in America, the water has come up higher in the Rockies on this cycle and less. This is the average. This is the average. The average. Obviously, they use the same program that I used. They just don't know that I've taken their federal overlay map, and discovered, guys, I was watching 30 years ago. I came from Los Angeles, California, born in the city of messengers, San Fernando, Granada Hills, California, born in the concrete jungle, but moved out to the city, visited my mom, lived up here, went to the country. You can never get me to go back to the city. So I started coming up here, and I could go all the way up from Washington all the way down through like the Columbia, down through all the way through Albany, Salem, all through Lynn County, all the way down through to Klamath Falls, and shut gates behind us. And there were all, now everything's locked, can't get into anything. And that happened. So I've been watching this for 30 years, guys. This isn't just something I put together today. I started watching that they started taking over all this land. So that's what I'm showing you on this map is the federal overlay map. How is it that their federal overlay map matches the mean they've got into the program, obviously, and did the mean and said, okay, this is the land that we need to make sure that we have during this, when this event happens, okay? You know, so I'm going to show you again. They're not upset. You can find this information if you know where to get the program for this map, where to do this program's at, because you can find this on the internet. You can find your own links to all this. I can't do the work for everybody. Oh, drop links. I don't have time to be dropping links for everything.
See what the government knows. See this land?
See, that's what they're pissed off about, guys. See, why does the mean map match their what they've taken over in the last 30 years that I've been watching? They don't want anything hard in the highland areas.
Look at these lines. Look at this line.
But why does everything...
They don't know
There's a
this.
little difference in scale, too, guys. If I had the same scale map, trust me, it would be dead on.
See all that red land? That's government land. Look at this edge right here. Look at all
So
this edge
I'm
right
telling
here.
you, I don't think they're getting ready for this in like 10 years.
Go over this again.
I don't think they're getting ready for this in 5 years.
Look at that edge right there.
So what I want to tell you, though, the way that he has shown me that this event will happen, guys, the way that I think, because it says the seas and the waves will be roaring. It will be as like sorrows. It will be as birthing pains. Do you have any ladies in here? I'm sure we've got a few ladies. Any ladies in here ever have a child? Remember how labor works? Starts out slow, comes on stronger. A little bit of recession, comes back stronger, right? Every time until there's that crowning moment, right? It's crowned, high tide, king tide, get it? King tides. We've been having king tides. That's what they're signaling, brothers and sisters. That's what they're signaling, okay? So it says the nations will be in perplexity, for the seas and the waves will be roaring. So I believe, just, you know, if you take the United States, I believe what's going to happen from the East Coast, it's going to overcome most of in the first wave, all the way up through Maine and all the, you know, New York, and all. We've seen this in the imagery with New York being over flooded with water. Anybody's one of those conspiracy theorists, we've been shown this for a long time. It's going to come up probably into the Carolinas in the first wave. And I think they're going to lock you all down at that point, and you're not going anywhere. Wherever you're at, you better be where you're at before this first wave happens. Boom. Like a woman in labor, sorrows, the word of God tells us. It will come back. It will subside. It'll come back, and they'll have control of this country by then, brothers and sisters. This Omega event that they're planning, foreshadowing for what is to come. Not on this date, brothers and sisters. This is 10/24/24 that I'm telling you with this pinch and some of this, and not the end of the world. This, I believe, from that magnetic will happen because I told you we get pinned in before those gas giants. I'll sit down here in a minute and I'll show you magnetism and show you that there's a cancellation of magnetism. You can call it gravity or whatever you want in between two opposing forces. And that's what I believe will give this water the ability to go ahead and make this shift. Okay. I'm not a prophet. I'm telling you, this is a cycle. This has happened before. Okay. It's come up before. I showed you the mean. So maybe once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Because it's come up that far before. And obviously the same here. I think this is the slosh back. That's why it comes in here. And when you see it comes back, there's going to be, it says the seas and the waves will be roaring. It says this earth cannot be moved from this foundation, but the heaven and the earth will be shaken. It's in his word. I'm telling you what his word says. You take this and do whatever you want to do with this. But I'm telling you that they know about this. There are cities sitting off our coastlines on our continents, off the coastlines between 100 to 400 feet. So I believe this time before, guys, as Nebuchadnezzar had plowed salt into the land of the nation of Israel, we saw it worldwide. It's going to start here. Some of these judgments are already starting. That if you can get over to this side before this happens, I don't know. Will you be safe? I don't know. I'm not telling you, but they obviously have taken over none of this area. And that's where they're shipping all these migrants, guys. If you notice, this is where all these migrants are being shipped on this side of the U.S. So I think they're using those migrants and they'll use them like a wall. They'll use them like a wall to set up some kind of line to not be able to. So I'm not sure, but this has happened before because there are cities sitting off our coastlines. So, but in this cycle, guys, the water will come up and then come back down off the land. It's not going to stay up when I showed you those maps. We're not all, that's the rest. Now we're going to have, when this cycle's over, we're going to have a massive amount, Tartaria, Atlantis. All this is a cycle, guys. We've heard of some of these things before, of these civilizations and things. That's this cycle, guys. That's this. Guys, think about this, brothers and sisters. If this water washed down, right, if washed down, obviously it's going to take time for this land to be reproduced. That's going to create quite a bit of jobs, and if the world's going to live, guys, so we're going to make it through this. That's going to expose how much land. That's going to expose how much land and all those cities that are on those coastlines. I want to move in first. Those are older cities, guys. Those are like Rome. And if you've ever seen, I have some pictures of them on my channel. Of some of them are a lot older, big columns and stuff. Man, I want to move into one of those. Because those will be off the. We're going to have a lot more coastline. We're going to have a lot more coastline. This isn't Y2K. This isn't Zach. This is not the end of the world. You're a fear porn pusher. That's not what this is about. Nobody predicted you. If you were in here, you would have said earlier the Y2K thing and the 2012 thing, but you obviously have the maybe a pea-size amount of knowledge on what's really going on here. So you can just leave. That's not what's going on here. If you want to push that nonsense, you'll be banned out of here real quickly. People want to listen. I'm giving out factual information. Oh, I've heard this since it. Leave. You don't have to stay here. You shouldn't even open up your mouth. You should just write it down and be an adult and not be so childish. I've been hearing this. How long have you been here? How long have you been in here? you know, you can zoom back into the thing and go back before you open up your mouth and do some research and maybe say, oh, this guy's actually bringing up some valid points. He just showed graphic. I'm a prior veteran. I'm a prior police officer. I know how to substantiate evidence, you know, to the man in the black robe. I'm making it personal because you're nonsense with your fear porn crap. I was telling people back at Y2K, you're idiots, guys. You don't think that this is going to change from 0 to 2, you know, to zeros? Are you out of your minds? So I was pushing the side of fear porn back then. So I've been doing it since then. And all these things have progressively been happening since then. So don't come in here and put shade on pushing that like I'm pushing some kind of fear porn. Oh, this has been happening since Y2K. They've been saying this since the end of the world. I didn't call for the end of the world. So I want to give people the information. You want to come in here and throw shade? He says, be not partakers in their unfruitful works of darkness, yet expose them. So I'm putting the light on you. They're already out of here. So guys, I hope this doesn't happen. You know how I'm going to live with myself? I'm the only person in the world right now that's put this map out. The only man on this earth that is putting this information out. And I know that they know this. I don't care if I'm wrong. And so what if I'm wrong? Good. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it never happens in any one of our lifetimes. But I am not going to sit there and have this information and not give it out. And my life has paid dramatically since this time, guys. I haven't financially been put in ruins since this time. Not made a dime. I can't make it any clearer. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be right. What the hell am I going to do with myself if I'm right? When I knew this was going to happen. And I told everybody, and then it does. And all this, whatever that's going to come. You think it's going to want to live with myself then? They know about this, guys. They wouldn't take over all this land and it make a perfect match. I told you I've got 30 years of studying into what I'm showing you here. I don't want to be right, guys. I don't want to be the only one putting this information out. But look at how close that is. There's no way in hell that they don't know about this event. Look at they turned my phone off now. They've electronically controlled everything I do now, guys. I can't even get a hit on the internet to sell anything. I got a generator, a Honda generator, $600, hundreds of dollars that I don't even want to sell because my money got stolen from me off my credit cards, and I can't even get my money back because they don't know what's going on. There's something electronically. We don't know how it's happening. Oh my God. So hold on. Let me show you. All the United States over there on the East Coast gets inundated with water. So I hope I'm wrong. I hate being the only one putting this out. I wish God would have taken me in my sleep last night. You don't know what it's like to be me right now. I don't want to be alive, guys. I don't want to be in this flesh anymore. This is hard to live with this. I hope I'm wrong, God, and throw me in hell for telling everybody that this potentially could be something. But this is a mean map. This is the average. The water has washed in less and more before. Less and more. This is a mean, an average. Why does their map of what they've taken over match the program that I've been able to? I apologize. This was made on TikTok, and I'm using a program here. If you want to watch and see the full video, it is on the TikTok platform, but they've taken, they control everything, guys. Now, I can't believe this thing is even staying on. So that is the federal land that has been taken over by the federal government. Anything that's left after that red and white is public lands. So I don't care who pays attention or not. So you can do with this whatever you want. I don't want to be right. And what I think is going to cause this magnetic pinch on this earth is this. It is a celestial alignment that we are going to be going into come 10/24/24. And I've been screaming this from the top of my lungs. this magnetic pinch that we were back in 79 AD. That's what it is, electromagnetic harassment. Thank you. Finally, somebody knows what I'm talking about, Mike. This is the Antichrist system that I believe that will be released against us, guys. Electronic harassment. In more than just like that way. They've shut off, guys. I've made my way. Has anybody ever sold anything on the Facebook marketplace? Has anybody sold anything on the Facebook marketplace? You always get like 20 people. Hi, is this item available? You know, hey, you're a scammer. Give me your code. I need your code. The scammer is trying to scam. I'm not even getting bots, guys. I have not gotten one bot hit in 3 months since I put this video out. Since I put this video out, I have been banned electronically. I can't sell. And that's how I make my way. So I'm screwed, guys. And I just had I had the money to make it this month. I dropped my wallet. Somebody immediately picked up and spent all my money. I found them because on my CashApp card, I could see where they were at. The cops caught up with them, arrested them, charged them with that, charged them with credit card fraud. So he got charges. I filed that police report with CashApp now 3 times. They're not giving me my money back. How's that not? So any way that the devil can harass me right now, there's no way. The guy's like, I've never seen this happen. That's not, I've been here 15 years. There's never, if you file this police report, sir, it might take a little bit longer. It could take up to 45 days. You might not get it in time, but you'll get it back. I got this. I woke up again this morning and I spent time and they're like, we can't file anymore. We can't file anymore, sir. We can't file anymore. We've already done it. So you're just, you have to go get an attorney or something. So I don't know. Things like this, guys. I have police reports 6 times. They have copies of them. They see the fraud. What they're telling me is I made the charges. They're telling me I authorized this charge, these charges for, all these charges that were made on my credit card. When they charged him with credit card fraud. So I just had the worst luck in the world, guys. And it's probably because I put stuff like this out, guys. I've been doing this for a long time on this platform. So this magnetic connection, this magnetic is, hold on, actually, where's the other phone? Oh, stand by. Stand by. You got the goods here. I got the goods for you guys right now. I got the goods. Stand by. Let me get my fire going out here. So, then some of you guys, I don't care what anybody thinks. Oh, yeah, you're crazy, electromagnetically harassed, whatever you think, man. You deal with whatever you deal with your life. I bet you if you had your money, you dropped your wallet. If you dropped your wallet and somebody immediately picked it up and you had a CashApp and they drained all your land payments, I was supposed to go there and get 5 bags of dog food, guys. I had to give the guy the piece of silver that I had. Give him the silver that I had to get a bag of dog food so I didn't come home empty-handed. And I didn't want to give up that silver, and I might have to take the rest of the silver that I have here to take to the pawn, or not the pawn shop, to the couple hours away into town and sell it, which I don't want to, but I had it for land, but it was supposed to pay my land off when the silver went up, but silver's half its all-time low right now, or, all-time high. So not the right time, but whatever, that's what it's there for. So anybody help me out or something? You done okay? Maybe you sold Bitcoin or something. I don't know if Bitcoin's going back up. Can help me out. I think Yaya's dropping a link there if you got any. I have a CashApp and everything's safe now. I've ordered cards and stuff, but I'm not getting my money back, guys. It kind of sucks. Can I bet you if every one of you went and filed, you'd have your money back in your account. He said he's never seen anybody not get their money back with their police report. He's like, no, it'll just take time. She said, you got to let it run through the process. Denied. You authorized the charges. I authorized charges. I ain't never seen this guy in my life. So. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to find this here for you. I think I got the goods. You ain't got nothing, buddy. You ain't showing us nothing. Yeah, I am. Hold on. Here we go. So when I tell you that we've been in this celestial alignment before in 79 AD, guys, Pompeii, hey, there's 200 of you. You guys, if you can't give me a CashApp, which is not required. I'm just asking if somebody can help me. I got robbed, guy. You know what I'm saying? And I did everything I was supposed to. I get 16 hours or something, 15 hours on the phone for nothing. A waste of my time. I could have been on here talking to you. So, oh, look at that. A bunch of them dropped out. So you don't have to give me CashApp, but can you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. That doesn't cost anything. That'll help the people that are watching, and I'm going to start a poll. That's free. You're not broken, right? Help me out a little bit. Get that up to, 50, 60. Come on, guys. It all just vote. Come on. You don't have to give me anything. If you can help me out with that, it'll help push it into the algorithm. Anyone? Am I talking to the wall here behind me? Thank you. Even one of you guys just so appreciate it. Come on, guys. I'm giving you information that nobody else is putting out. The only other channel that puts this out is David Devine. Only one of you. Yeah. Hello. Thank you. This is the same alignment that we were in 79 AD. This is in 79 AD. This is 10/24/24. 79 AD, 10/24/24. 79 AD, 10/24/24. Same alignment. I'm not making a prediction. We're going back into an alignment where the four large gas giants form that square. Thanks for those thumbs up, guys. Appreciate it. I know we've all been getting crushed, guys. I'm not the only one that has bad luck. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have anybody any luck at all. So in 79 AD, I encourage you to look what was happening on this earth. Okay? I want to show you another article here that I have, guys. This morning, I was doing research. I was all pissed off and mad, but I still do what I'm supposed to do. This is from this article that I'm about to read here. It comes from the United States. Where's it at? Okay, listen, guys. I've been telling you guys that the magnetosphere has been weakened by 25%. Okay, this was put out by the United States Air Force. Okay, now I'm saying something, but now this is the United States Air Force saying this. I'm going to read this article. The Earth's core is undergoing a dramatic change in the geomagnetic field strength, dropping by 40%. This is the article right here, so you can see it that I'm not making this up. It's dropping by 40%. Okay? That's why we had 5 low latitude auroras. There you go. Look up Ben. He has the same. Ben's been talking about this same. I don't 100% agree with Ben, but I've been watching since his first video. Okay? Ben on this channel at Suspicious Observers is covering that we've ever had two low latitude auroral events in a 12-year solar cycle. There's only been twice that we've had 2 low latitude, and it normally takes heavy X class with heavy proton energy bombarding our magnetosphere so that we see those low latitude auroras. Okay? He's not talking about the magnetic pinch, though. He's not talking about all these other things with this other shift. Okay, so he actually, you know what? He has went through on the programs. I think he has on his programs. He has some overlay stuff. Yes. So yes, we had an X class. So it takes X class, heavy X class flares, like the Carrington type event, X20, X30, to hit our Earth, to cause that to come real down. There's always auroras, when it penetrates up towards the top, but it doesn't get down towards Ukraine and Texas and Mexico. And yeah, Ben has some similar work that is, some of us are pointing this out. We're all kind of on the same vibe. Some of us are putting out a little more than others. But anyways, there's obviously it's happening, guys, and they know this. A few of us I've been doing it as long as Ben. I have had a channel as long as Ben. I've had channels even before I had it, I've been in this thing as long as Ben has. Casey, Dabu, I've been on the Alex Jones show multiple times, guys. This is not new to me. Okay, I've been doing this for decades. I was labeled a conspiracy theorist in the 90s, guys. In the 90s. Okay, people were telling me that I was, So The Air Force knows when we have this magnetic pinch, it says that dropping by 40% over the last 400 years, and satellite observations showing the field weakening 10 times faster than previously calculated. These changes are a precursor of a common geomagnetical phenomenon known as a geomagnetic polarity reversal, which we have been in since the 1800s, since that X-class solar flare that I've been putting out. I've been covering this as long as Ben in different. I've sent you over to, and the reason that I don't like Ben is he's been arguing and making Gene over there at Maverick Star Observatory look like a kook. And Ben is just a paper reader. Ben just reads peer-reviewed journals. Gene is a scientist and has an observatory. I don't care if it's in his house. He uses the scientific theory. He has a magnetometer. He has the Trimeg system. Ben doesn't have any of that. Ben's a paper reader. Ben was throwing shade on Gene at Maverick Star. Reloaded now because they took his channel, but it's back up. EarthHealthAtAglance.com, PolarShift.news.com. If you want to see where the exact pinpoint of the pole is right now during this excursion, you want to watch Gene at Maverick Star Reloaded. Maverick Star Reloaded, and he throws shade on Gene, and that sucks. I hate that they fight. They should be working together because, like me, Gene, Ben, we all throw out different information, you know. But Ben is he puts out good information. So just anything, like I tell you, do the same thing with me, guys. I'm sure people say the same thing on me. I've been on this platform just as long as these guys, okay? I'm sure people say all kinds of crackery about me and, you know, whatever. Chew what you want, the meat, and spit out the bones, please. You know, take what you want. I can't find anywhere that says all our planets, but Anonymous, all you have to do is look up, get a telescope, and look for yourself. Who cares what it says? Thanks for coming in and joining us again. Get a telescope, look for yourself. You should already be able to know where to locate these things in the heaven. You could have been a witness without anybody telling you. That's what I encourage you to do. So let's get into this next article, guys. This is pretty awesome. I'm going to finish. I'm done reading that. Now check this out. You guys, I have and live in one of the most awesome places on the entire earth. You guys should move out here with me. You guys need to move away from wherever you're out on the East Coast. Come out here. I'll sign a contract with you that you can move back after 5 of 25, because I even shown you 5 of 25 where we move out in front of the sun. And we get rocked, because we're going to get rocked in that magnetic pinch. If you ever watch the way this works, anytime we magnetically connect some, there's a jolt. During the connection's not so bad, but it's when we break away that there's a problem too. So we're going to have an issue, and this could be a big issue. And then we're going to swing out in front of the sun in April and May and be the only single star in front of the sun, Earth, sitting, all the remaining 8 bodies sitting behind. That's, I've drawn that image before, but check this out. Today, breaking news today, it was announced that 2.5 million acres of the Lake County area, that's where I live, has been named the world's largest dark sky sanctuary. The largest in the world, the largest dark sky sanctuary. The sweeping swath of Lake County's outback, that's where I live. I've told you, that's where I live. The high desert. I've been trying to get you to come out here and told you the whole sunset lights up here. The whole sky. We don't just have a sunset on one side, the whole thing. In the morning, I've shown you pictures. It has been certified as an international dark sky sanctuary by the Dark Sky International. The sanctuary has been committed to protect the state's starry skies for the benefit of the visitor and the residents of the
local residents, and the wildlife. There's some issues with this here, but it tells us, it says a dark sky sanctuary is a certification given by the Dark Sky International to a public or private land that is an exceptional, distinguished quality of starry nights and nocturnal environment that is protected for its scientific, natural, and educational value, its cultural heritage, and is or public enjoyment. To qualify as a dark sky sanctuary, it must meet strict criteria to qualify, commit protecting the night sky through responsible light practices, and provide public outreach. Such sanctuaries provide opportunities for stargazing, astrophotography, and other nighttime activities that benefit from minimal light pollution. This place is like, I told you guys, you can see the I think I got a picture of it. I didn't get a picture of it, darn it. I tried. Yeah. Okay, so this place is off the chain. You want to sit here and watch the stars? There ain't a better place on the earth to see the stars. This place is just billions and billions and billions and billions. It gets so many stars out here sometimes that you can't even see the constellations. The Milky Way galaxy goes all the way from, the southwest side of the property, all, the 40-acre parcel, all the way, to the other northeastern side of the sky. So pretty amazing, guys. Pretty absolutely. You want to see, look at some space weather. This kind of stuff that comes off the sun, guys, that I'm talking about, space weather. You see this? This is space energy. Have you ever watched? These are LASCO C2, C3 from the Helio viewers. These are different. You can look at the sun, guys. Watch the sun every day. Boom, full halo eruption. This is an older, I've just had some, if you've never seen the sun, you can look at the sun and watch all the plasma. So that's what I'm talking about. In 1859, boom, it hit our Earth. We only ever had 2 low aurora events happen in a 12-year period. Is the most we've ever had. That took X flares. That took X flares to happen, like I just showed you, hitting our Earth. Last year, when I warned of this way ahead of time, that 2023 will be the year of everything you see in the sky, and we didn't have 3 aurora events in 1 year. We didn't have 4. We shattered the record and had 5 low-latitude aurora events. They saw pink and yellow auroras in New Mexico, Texas, yellow, or red, Florida, Ukraine. And we only had M-class flares, guys, low energy. I just showed you. They're going to have to announce this soon, guys. They're going to have to announce this soon. It is deteriorating. I've been sticking at 25 because I don't want to give out any bad information. I just showed you the Air Force announce 40%. They had to, guys. We've never had more than 2 in 12 years. We just had 5 in 1 year, and we didn't even have X-class flares. And when we go into this magnetic alignment, we're hammered, guys. We're screwed. We're screwed. We're just screwed. Whatever. I'm telling you, I've been telling everybody for 15 years on this platform. It's the first time I put the videos out. You're not going to make it unless you get underneath the ground for this event. You're going to have to get away from the sun. It says men's hearts will fail them for what has come upon this earth. It's the sun doing it. It's not man doing this. They know of this cycle, and they're not telling anybody, and that's sick, because every time that I believe in history, in the 4, that's why there's chasms and massive underground. That's why we're still here, guys, because people before in history got ready for it. And the elite are getting ready for this. Mark Zuckerberg builds a bunker, all this talk. You know what I'm saying? So be not dismayed at the ways of the signs of the heavens, brothers and sisters. But in 79 AD, Pompeii went off. Venezuela went off. No, the government isn't going to do anything for you. So that's the alignment that we're going to end up in. So what I want to show you is what happens when magnetism, when we get pinched in between magnetism. Let me show you what 2 magnets look like. So if we get pinched in between that magnetism, see those are magnetic fields that I was showing you earlier?
See those magnetic fields? See that black area right there? There's no magnetism in between those two areas, guys. There's no magnetism. They call this the block domain wall. Where you see that line, there's no magnetism. You might call it gravity, but for what it says, we'll call it magnetism. Opposite polarities, negative, positive, cancels the magnetism. Imagining us being stuck in between that magnetism on both sides. Gee, you think that might make the water might come up onto the earth? You think that might make that water come back up onto the earth like that? Why don't they want anything over there on the East Coast? Why have they bought up any land, taken over any land over there? Why does my federal map match their overlay map and it fit like a hand in a glove? I hope I'm wrong, guys. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. There's nobody else putting out this information right here. I hope I'm wrong.
This is the land that is going to be left. You see the water washes all the way up on both sides to the Colorado Rockies and in here. So
they don't care that you know this. They don't care that you know that.
See what the government knows.
That's what they don't want you to see.
They bought up.
This is what they don't want you to see.
What do they know? See that? Almost near perfect match. Look at California. Look at these lines. Look at this line.
Look at Colorado. Look at that edge along the Rockies. Don't tell me they don't know this is going to happen. This is taking them 30 years to take over all this land, guys.
See all that red land? That's government land.
Federal.
Look at this edge right here.
Parks, national parks, all the stuff they've been taking over.
Look at all this. Look at this line here.
It'll get a little clearer. Hold on.
Apologize, a little bouncy. I'm trying to use the look at that edge right there. Look at all that perfect line up. Look.
Darn it. They can take over my phone at any second, guys. It's just so hard. And then I touch the screen and nothing happens, guys. It's crazy.
But you can see.
Look at that.
That's what they. So all the rest of this ocean out here gone. Or see all this
goes underwater in waves
coast.
Is what I've told.
Look at how that lines up right there.
That's right.
Don't tell me they don't know that.
It's taken 30 years to do all this, guys. 30 years I've watched this. This isn't something I just put together overnight.
Again, look at that down in the bottom of California there. Look at how almost near perfect lines up. Look at that edge up towards the top. All right. That is something you're not going to find anywhere else. This is what they're getting ready for.
Colorado.
Know about this.
Anybody know about the state capital of Colorado being moved to underneath the Denver International Airport? You guys heard about that, right? Queen was over there when Colorado was flooded. It's been going on for a long time, guys. They're getting ready for this event, and I believe this will happen before the 10/24/24. When I'm showing you these magnetism coming out of each one of these stars, planets, whatever you want to call them, that we're going to get pinched. And if you look on 79 AD, yes, we got rocked, guys, in 79 AD. Pompeii was completely covered in ashes. Our magnetic protection was at 100%. At 100%, guys, back in 79 AD. Now our magnetic protection, I told you, I read you the article, it said that it was down by 40%. the U.S. Air Force. Anonymous, I took that this morning from Ben off Suspicious Observers morning video that he did, and I'm sure he has a link. I just did a screenshot of it, but he'll have a link to the U.S. Air Force has announced that our magnetosphere. I've been saying 25, guys, because I don't want to do it. And now you're going to hear me say up to by 40%. By 40%. It says that magnetic protection, the magnetic canopy. You guys, over the last 3 solar cycles, we're in solar cycle 25, 24, 23, and 22, the sun's energy stopped, splashing that energy and plasma at us in a regular, and that blows up like a balloon. That blows up our atmosphere. Let me show you a picture of kind of like what that would look like. Make it a little easier with the visual here for you. When it gets heat, heat expands, right? Heat makes things expand. So we have a atmosphere, a magnetosphere. So as this protection, think of it as more like a ball. And it's gonna expand when we have solar flares. Over the last 3 solar cycles, the sun's energy has been stepping down, down, down. So now we are closer to the sun. If we were in a big old ball, a big one, if I was in the center of my arms, I'd be further away from the middle here, right? If we're in this little ball and now we're this close to the sun, that's what's happened, guys. The energy, the protection is shrunk, and we've gotten closer to the sun, which is the sun is heating off. Heat for the last 3 solar cycles. 12 years to 36 plus years ago ish. The sun was very yellow, orange. Now it's white because it's burned off all of that particulate. If you turn up a heat on like a welder, on like a torch, it's going to be very orange when it's got a lot of soot, a lot of carbon in it. The more it burns that off, the lighter that goes from an orange, to an orangish yellow, to a yellowish white, to a white. And then eventually when you burn off all the carbon, it'll turn blue. We're in the white now. Most people miss some of that in between because most people don't look up at the sun. But you see why, though? See what I'm saying? Because the last 3 solar cycles, our atmosphere has shrunk down. Don't let anybody tell you, the sun and the sun simulator and that. Listen, the sun's energy has stepped down the last 3 solar cycles. You can look at it on a graph, less and less energy. So it's shrunk down. It's shrunk down. So now we're closer, which means more heat, plasma, hitting our Earth, which has been not solar flares, but constant solar wind heat hitting our Earth's protection, scrubbing that off. So now scientists have come out and said 25 to 30. The United States Air Force just announced that their magnetic canopy is weakened by 40%. And that makes perfect sense why we saw 5. We've only ever seen 2 with X-class high protons in 12 years, a full solar cycle. We shattered the record last year and saw 5. That's why I told you to be the year of everything you see in the sky. I've been announcing all this stuff for years, way ahead of everybody else. Obviously, I'm the only one talking about this water overlay. There's not anybody else talking about the federal government. There are few talking about the water overlay, but nobody's put together, hey, wait a minute, that matches the exact same area that the federal government owns. And that's why I have been shadow banned off the internet. I still have this platform up. I run risking this one being taken down. It already has been throttled. I'm watching my analytics, but I cannot get anything on TikTok. It's done. It's shadow banned. The channel's still up. I can't go live. I can't get any traffic over there. In 3 months, I've gotten 100 people to my backup channel. 100 people, maybe not even that many. I think maybe 70 or something. It's really been nothing. And then they take away like they do. They come in this channel and pull a bunch away from it. This channel, I'll have a bunch of flow in the analytics, and then it'll, and I don't know if they're bots or whatever, but I get trimmed back. So since I put this out 3 months ago, I have not gotten one bot try to buy anything from me, and I make my way on the internet by buying and selling. So it has cost me financially all the money I make. I haven't made a dime on the internet in 3 months, which is killing me. And then I just got all my money taken from me when I dropped my wallet. Somebody picked up my wallet, spent all my money on both my credit card, my credit debit card, and my CashApp card. And I can't get it back from CashApp. So doesn't matter. I've tried for 16 hours or something like that on the phone and 3 times, and they just won't file a dispute anymore. And they're saying, no, you authorized the charges, even though the guy got arrested and got charged with credit card fraud. And any 163 of you would be able to go do that tomorrow and you get your money back. For some reason, I have the worst luck in the world. So the guy's like, hey, I've never seen this happen. You'll get your money back. Don't worry. I've been here, 15 years or whatever in customer service ever since Cash App started, in this line of work. I've never seen us not give somebody their money back. If somebody got charged, you'll get your money back. It might take a little while. We have to do investigation, but you'll get it back this time. Just send me all the police reports and stuff. So I get just the worst luck, man. How does somebody steal your money and then you do everything that you're supposed to do and you still don't get it back? The same reason I had somebody steal $20,000 of an estate that I bought. And I can't seem to get that. Still sitting there. $20,000 worth of stuff. Yeah, ramble. Hey, big Butta. I don't cast my pearls before swine. We got moderators. I'll remember your boom shakalaka name. Pound sand, kick rocks. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. You don't get none of my ramble. Hey, that's a new one. Why don't you say yapping? You always say yapping. So. And left with nothing. Yeah, so maybe that's the problem, y'all. That I cannot believe that I can file a police report, guys, and they caught the guy. They got my. Okay, bye. You're filthy. You're disgusting. We can see you by your fruit there, Boom. You got your nuts out in front of everybody. You're filthy, man. You're filthy, disgusting. God's watching you. Cool. Sorry about that, Zach. But you're supposed to give her half of what you own according to the word of God. So I hope that, man, she got half the property because that's the way it's supposed to work, according to God's law. You're supposed to give her half of what you own. But anyways, a lot of the times they take all of it, and that's opposition to God's law. So he will take care of that, Zach. It that goes away for both people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I gave my, when I left, my split up with my son's mom, I gave her everything except for I just took clothes off my back. I didn't want to break up the household. So. What do we got here? Let's see. Their fruit will expose them. Yeah, that's it. She marries my children. That's cool. Sounds like hopefully you can get along with her, Zach, and be civil, parents and stuff. It's about the kids, man, right? If you know it's about your kids, just take care of them kids. Don't let that divide you guys, because you guys divided. Don't let that. Hopefully you guys can get along. If nothing else, with that for the kids. So I know I had spent 10, almost 9 years fighting for custody of my son. So yeah, I can see your comments there. Dunk. Before October, fade to you. I believe that we'll start seeing. I had the worst luck. I can name 100 things that happen to me like this all the time. But it is what it is. Maybe get somebody might help a brother out or something. Send me a Cash App or. I haven't seen anything show up yet, but I just looked. I think maybe somebody help me out or something. But I got 3 days. I did have somebody help me out yesterday. A couple people sent me a PayPal. So if all else fails, I'm going to take that generator in and sell my generator, which I don't want to. I've decided I'm not going to sell the silver that I had. I don't have a bunch of silver, and the market's just moving too much right now. So I think I'd rather sell the generator. And I don't know, I'll come in here, do my work on here. I need that to work, but it is what it is. But so I don't want to sell myself. So I made the decision I'm going to keep what little silver I have and hold on to it. And because that was supposed to pay off the land and all. Because I can't sell the generator on the internet, which is crazy. You know, a Honda generator in $600 price range doesn't last long at all. It's like nearly new. It's not a new one, but it's nice. And so that tells me that I am being electronically banned. So I'm gonna have to drive into what's going on, neighbor? I'm gonna have to go to the pawn shop, which is gonna end up having to pay for gas or whatever, and drive in and I don't know how much they'll give me for it, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be a land payment or something. So it's better than not paying my land payment. I don't want to not pay my land payment. So there's good medicine. I don't call it weed, sweetie. I use cannabis as oil as medicine, and I don't put drugs in my body. So I have 65 acres out here. I own 20. I live in Silver Lake, Oregon. I've been to all 50 states in the United States of America. So live in Silver Lake, Oregon, a place that was just called the Dark Sky Sanctuary, the largest dark sky sanctuary, 2.5 million acres out here of unadulterated, out of the light belt. Yeah, no, there's Matthew, there's tons of, my son has come on here. He's in the chat. He has found some beautiful points, some arrowheads out here, and the land gives them up in cycles. So you can go walk over land and not find anything, go over there years later, and there's new things sitting above, or something could be sitting, it could go back down in the, so this earth always gives up. Yeah, there's tons of rock hounding out here all over this side of the desert. All Oregon's got some amazing rocks all throughout all over, but it's, yeah, this is a great place to go. There's a lot of gold being found right now in Southern Oregon. I know a guy, he was a medical cannabis grower. He had a medical cannabis grow down there, and it was totally legit, and shut all his medical cannabis now, and he's a miner. He's gold mining down there in Oregon. So yeah, I'm a veteran. I'm in Silver Lake, Oregon. 50 plus 40 years. Like, nice. Well, you'd like it out here. I don't, but people do. You know, there's gold out here. Like I said, there's places in Southern Oregon right now that my buddy has actually been changing the way that those people down there do business. And he's got them taking gold now. He does have them taking gold in the store. So he goes in a lot of places down there, and he pays for everything in gold. That's his income now. He just pays with gold. Cool. Yeah, this place has been in all kinds of different, this is the oldest place in the Northern Hemisphere. Oregon is the oldest place. The oldest clothing on the planet was found right here in Cow Cave in Fort Rock. Multiple sandals in Riley, Oregon. I can spit and it'll land right over there. They found 18,000-year-old camel tooth in that settlement over there. This is the oldest place in the Northern Hemisphere. Possibly the oldest place in the world. If they found the oldest clothing here, I don't know. You tell me. So this place is off the chain, guys. It really is. It's a very old energy. And if you're an energetic being like me, because I'm not some, hippie blah, blah, but I'm in a temporary, meat suit here having this physical experience, but I'm an eternal being. So the energy here is insane. It is absolutely old, not like anything I've ever been. So yeah, this place is just absolutely fabulous, guys. They just announced that this place was the 2.5 million acres of out of the light belt. I already told you this is the third top place in the world to see it. Now they just announced this is the largest dark sky sanctuary. So Very special place.
Why even come on here if we are just going to be rude?
Who am I being rude to? Faye, to you, or am I being rude to you? What did I say to you?
What did you say? I haven't responded to you in a minute. Are you talking to somebody else? Oh, I didn't even see your thing. I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't talking to you. You didn't even make no comment in 5 minutes. Oh, well, whatever. I can't control the people in the chat. So I've got moderators in here, and I don't like filthy, disgusting. We get a lot of trolls and stuff in here, so very cheap, very cheap. I paid on the 20 acres over there. I paid 93. On this one, I paid $103 dollars for 20 acres, 93 on that parcel over there that I own. Not where I live, Megan, not where I live. And no, there's not a thing. I mean, in Portland or whatever, but this isn't. Slang from this area? Well, we've got, what are you talking about there, Zeus? Everybody speaks American, not English, right? Yes, I miss the good old times, White Willie. That's why I live in a town that looks like it's from the 1800s. My town looks like a movie set. Everything looks like I don't have any new boards and anything. I don't like new stuff. All my properties look like you're back out here in the 1800s. So I don't build anything that's new. No, I'm not married. I'm looking for a wife, though. Got to find me a good wife that's equally yoked, that wants to come out and get away from society and live off the grid and raise chickens and rabbits and goats with me and let me cook her dinner and lunch and breakfast every night and keep the cabin warm for her. She could be my equally yoked wife, but probably won't happen. But I saw the video from it was 2015. That thing was inverted eclipse. Yep, the inverted eclipse. No, Yeshua will not save us all, Aaron. Yeshua only saves his bride, and there are most people he sends to hell. So he doesn't save us all. He saves all flesh, a little bit of everybody, but not just a little bit. Oligas is what the original scripture says. If you'll study the original Greek and Hebrew, but most people don't. They think God loves everybody, but God don't love everybody. What I think about the country nowadays, it's in free fall. And we're getting the karma that we deserve. We've been extorting all the other countries using myself, like a United States Army veteran, and 800 military bases to go around and harass and extort since 1973 and force the year I was born to make everybody to start paying for oil with the U.S. dollar, and brokered the Bretton Woods Agreement to Henry Kissinger to force all nations to pay, the OPEC nations to pay for. So America's sick and filthy and disgusting, and I hate this country founded on idolatry, freedom. But there's some amazing people in this country, and that's why I stay here. My son's here too. But the country itself is filthy, nasty, disgusting, and we deserve everything we get because we have been an absolute tyrant and destroyed the lives of millions. Look, we just unalived how many people? A whole generation that we paid for over there in Ukraine. Was it 70 million or something like that? It's a lot of people that are gone. So, and we paid for it. So remember Mr. Biden came out, knocked it out of the park at his home, State of the Union, whatever. But said, we're going to spend your money. We won't send troops, but we're going to keep spending your money. So I hate this country. But I love the people. There's still some people here. And unfortunately, because I'm a veteran,
even though my DD 214 says honorable discharge and I've left and ended my tour service, I still defend this country for the good people that are here that want to see people have maybe not freedom, but some of the things that this country, other countries look forward to this country. So it's not so much the people in the country, it's all the government. I hate this government. I don't like a lot of people in this country because they stood down during these last 3 years, 4 years, and they did stand up when they should have, and they could have, because we are the most free supposed nation in the world, and we stood down. So it doesn't matter. They're flooding a whole bunch of new people in here, and it won't be America much longer. They've done this already in other nations. So that's the State of the Union right now. And that's what they said. All these immigrants, newcomers, America, 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 and knocked it out of the park. Only stumbled a couple words and didn't even have to go back and even recorrect himself. Like I told everybody, he's an actor. Joe Biden is acting. Donald Trump is running cover for him. He's a creep. He can't keep his hands off kids. Donald Trump is sure he's had his thing and his thing. I think they're both island boys. And, no, they're on the same team, and he's running cover for him, calling him sleepy, when he's not sleepy. There's nothing wrong with his mental capabilities, and he proved that during that State of the Union address. So don't you ever call him Sleepy Joe again, or you are running cover for him just like Donald Trump, and you are my adversary, Satan. That is the word adversary, just like Donald Trump, the adversary, and signaling the coming of Satan, the Antichrist, in his house. His whole house is decorated, yet people follow this, 66 penthouse floor living in a 58-story Babylonian tower. He's an apostasy to God, and people revel after him, but he covered for Mr. Bidenstein, and, no, wait, it's not Bidenstein. He's not a zombie. Nothing's wrong with him, right? He's creepy. So it's creepy Trump and creepy Joe. So don't ever call him sleepy. He's not sleepy. He just did a perfect speech. You know what I'm saying? Near perfect speech. He fumbled a little bit of words, but he didn't even have to go back and correct the whole word. And that's exactly what I told everybody. He's an actor, just like Donald Trump is an actor. So they know what's going on. They know what's happening here. They're getting ready for this. They're the ones signaling all this. They're the ones who are doing all of this. And that these actors are in on all this. Yep, 2 wings to the same dragon, 2 cheeks to the same hole. So, they're filthy though. So, but I don't, I just don't understand how people continue to support this MAGA death and Biden and Kennedy and Reagan and Clinton, and they're all the same. They're just certified mass murders, and they get to murder people for a living because they're the president. So they get to authorize all this death, and the people, I vote for that mass murder. Does that make sense? I get to vote for that mass murder. So, and he did. And he said he was going to bring the National Guard to our door to deliver that warp speed. So anyways, don't make me talk about my tourist service, because I don't want to sit there and talk about the filth and the disgusting, filthy crap. If you want to look where I served, I ended my tourist service in Desert Storm, Desert Shield. That's the time that filthy. Over there, they were supposedly some guy in a cave, Bin Laden, trained CIA operative, and then we're over there in Kuwait and Afghanistan and Iraq. It's filthy. It's disgusting. I hate even thinking about the filthy crap that this country has done. So I hate this country. And I can't stand that the people right now stand down and stand by. So I know there are a few people in this country that I'm standing with that are standing up to this. But if you have pride and you like this country and you fly a flag and you like to vote and you're my enemy and you're my adversary, because see, I've run roughshod if it's this government or all the governments, but we are the money changers of Scripture. We have forced everybody since 1973, and we've repriced the OPEC nations' oil with the US dollar and made all the nations through our SWIFT system pay for, and have forced every nation to pay for the dollar. So we have a filthy, disgusting country. We came over here and stole this country. Christopher Columbus did not discover America. This country was founded on a lie. So But I joined the military as a child, 17 years old. That was a long time ago. So I can't change the decisions that I made way back then. So I hope that the American people will hear that he's chosen, will do what they're supposed to do humbly and not worry about being an American. Just be a person, be a human being. This isn't America anymore. There's no United States. I hate to break you if no one's told you, this country has already been overrun. It's already been overrun. It's already been. They came in here and flew Chinese flags when Xi Jinping came in here. No American flag, just little team more. There was bigger rainbow flags, pride flags. So this country, what happens if you go, I'm a veteran. If I go place my flag in another country, you know what I'm saying? What does that mean? If you go and put your flag in another nation's country, what does that mean? So you guys, it's already been overrun. And now they're flooding a new demographic of people in here, and they're already paying them. They're already paying them what our citizens are not getting. There's people dying on the streets, children, men, and they sending money to these. See what I'm saying? That's filthy. I hate this government. I hate this country. I hate everybody who keeps supporting that. I can't stand it. It's filthy. So I got a way for you. If there's a will, there's a way. You know that there's 500 of these. There's 500 ounces in the tip of every Patriot missile. A monster box of silver in the tip of a Patriot missile, and they drop that. They will throw their gold and silver in the streets. They already are. You keep waiting for that to happen like it's going to be worthless, and it keeps going up, huh? Well, not silver, but it will eventually. They'll throw their gold and silver in the streets. They throw 500 of those on a Patriot missile all around the world. You guys have been waiting. I think I'm the first person ever on the planet to say that too. Thank you, Father. All glory to him. All glory to the Father. All glory to the Father. Yes, they will throw their gold and silver in the streets. Monster boxes full of them. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Are you a buffalo herder? Get yourself a herd of buffaloes, guys. If you can, be a buffalo. Look, every time you buy one of these, guys, every time you buy one of these, you take one of these out of the tip of a smart missile, you save a life. Potentially. You take this away from this evil military industrial complex that uses this in all our war machines. Yes, everything that has a switch, tanks, satellites, Patriot missiles, aircraft carriers, jeeps, all of it. It's in every single bit. This is what fuels the military industrial complex. This is what fills this disgusting, filthy war machine that puts the blood on the hands that all of us veterans have, so you could be free. Now take your freedoms back. This is money. Get your freedom back. They keep printing these dollars so fast that they keep printing these things like they're going out of style, guys. I don't know where. I don't have any money. I had $1. They stole all my money. This will hold its value. It'll hold its value. I never said you got rich. But heck with all the money thing. Take it away from the rich. They're going to take it and drop it on your head someday. Are you waiting for them to drop a monster box in your streets? They'll throw their gold and silver in the streets. They already are. I declare I do not think that no man of God has ever been able to decipher that. And I'm not trying to forward or twist that. There is a little monster box in the tip of every Patriot missile. That's 500 of these, and they decimate them into women, children, fighting age men, cities, streets, buildings. Gone. Take them back. Get them back. Go to your coin shop today. Go to your coin shop today. Order some of this online and take this away from these rich so they stop killing our kids with this. This pays to kill children. Get yourself a water filter first. have some beans, get some food, but then buy this. Sell your house, buy a bunch of silver. You can come out and live on my land for free. You do something like that, I'll let you come live on my land for free. You can keep all your silver. You make that kind of commitment, move out of the city. You come move out in the country for free with me. I'll put you up. You make a righteous move like that, let's get off this grid. I already am. 5 years. You can do this. Sell what you got. Buy this silver. I got food for you here. I got filters for you here. I got everything you need. Yeah, $17,000 worth of silver dropped. Boom, gone, decimated. Never to return. Done, Vanita, over, through. Ain't no sense in them descending. ICU, dead. That's a wrap. That's the end of that. No birthday next year. Just a piece of silver, Tracy. What are you talking about? $17,000. Take these back, guys. This is how we can take this country back. Honestly, guys, the price of silver is not moving much right now, but that's how this works. Obviously, see gold's leading out $2,100 right now. In other countries, guys, in China right now, they are making a run on gold. I encourage you to look up China right now. And they are massively, peacefully flooding these jewelry shops, coin shops. They are massive lines, guys, right now around the world. In India and other places, they're buying even grams, these little BBs, kind of like gold shot or silver shot. A little tiny bean, 1 gram shots they're buying. Anything they can get their hands on. The whole world is buzzing except for the United States of America. You want to see what's happening, guys? I took a beautiful graphic this morning that I'd love to show you. I want to show you what they're doing. You want to see what's happening? This is what's happening, guys. This is exactly what's happening right now. This is what's happening. We're throwing all our dollars at China, right? And wait, no, we're throwing all our gold at China, and China's throwing all their dollars at us. Look at how foolish we are, guys. This is really happening. This is a great graphic, man. I saw this. I was like, oh, that is sick. Is that not really what's happening, guys? The shift is going from the west to the east right now. Is this not so true, though? Is this not what we're doing? They're taking printing all. Look at their ghost cities. Look at what China's doing, guys. Look at what China's doing. We go around and we harass the hell out of everybody. We force them to get on our system. Now Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, the BRICS nations are all doing it. China goes in and builds infrastructure for people. Hey, let us come in and use some of these printed dollars while this U.S. has got this. Remember, the Chinese were the first people to do this, guys. Chinese were the first people. Isn't that a great meme? Chinese were the first people to invent a paper currency in the 12th century. Don't act like this isn't new news to China. They were the very first to do this. There's been 4,000 of these invented since the 12th century, and every one of them's gone back to, you can wipe your tail with that. This has never gone to zero in the last 6,000 years, ever. This is money. I'm telling you guys, outside this country right now, I keep researching this. They're a buzz outside of the United States right now, guys. They are buying up gold like now, like it's, and guys, everybody rushes to silver when gold gets too expensive. When gold gets too expensive. Yep, 98 applications, 200 meetings before, right? This is getting very serious. Hey, another phase, I'm sure if you know that, then you already watch Andy Schectman, right? He has been I've been talking about it before Andy Schectman ever was talking about it. I was talking about it back when China was asking for special drawing rights to the IMF back in 2024 before they ever formed the BRICS. So I've been on this for a while, but Andy Schectman has been covering, the owner of Miles Franklin. He's a U.S. Mint distributor. If you're not following Andy Schectman, he has been covering this like nobody else. Nobody else. about these BRICS nations and how this logarithmic decay of this all good. Okay, so then Andy, ain't nobody covering it he's tired of covering it, but there's so much new information that keeps going. That's whatever. Andy's been doing a bang up job. He doesn't have to. He freaking owns a mint. He don't have to do. I was talking to my son about this the other day. Some of these people we watch, like, I don't know if you watch Economic Ninja, Real Estate Ninja. I just caught on to him just in the last couple of years or something. He made his first million at 20 years old or something like that, in his 20s, yeah, and he's such a good, he has such a good tone, but it's pretty amazing. Some of these people that have been in this game for such a long time, and they don't have to. Andy's obviously, his coffers are full. He don't have, and then all these, do you watch Real Estate Ninja or Economic Ninja? His channel's pretty new, but he's been doing amazing. I've been on the Alex Jones show more than one time, guys. I told you, this is not news to me, Zeus. I've been on the Alex Jones show multiple times. But hold on a second, guys. It's getting hot. My wood stove's cranking the heat. That's a good thing. This isn't new. I'm not new to this game. Cool. Nice. Somebody's actually talking about the Bundy standoff. Nice. Yep, I talk about it all the time. Sherry, that's what I told them. I was talking about I've stood up to the government out here during the COVID and remind them about how the federal government can be run off and that the elected sheriff has more authority. I reminded the elected sheriff out here during the COVID about Mr. Finicum, right? And the Rubicon, crossing the Rubicon. So, hey, Zeus, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate your comments. Much love. Appreciate you hanging out here. But anybody watch Economic Ninja? I want to turn you on to this guy. I really think he has an economic channel on YouTube. Can't remember what his name is. But what I'm saying is, he made his first million, like he was 25 years old or something. At the truck. Wow. No, they didn't shoot anybody while he was in cuffs. He didn't get shot in cuffs, Sherry. He wasn't wearing handcuffs. And then the gentleman inside, he ended up getting shot too inside of the truck, but nobody was in handcuffs. That happened right down the road from where I was living. I almost went there. I almost packed up my whole household, went there, but God said, "This isn't your plan, Tracy." Maybe we were talking about something else, but not during the Bundy standoff. They didn't. It puts the bullet on. Remember what he said? He was calling for it. Lavoie, what a freaking rock star. You remember what he said? Come on, boys. It puts the bullet on the head. You've seen, okay, so then you know what I'm talking about, that he made his first million at 25 years old. He's probably a little bit younger than me, or right around my age. He doesn't have to do a YouTube channel. He doesn't have to do these YouTube channels. Remember, he's got enough side hustle deals and all, and I'm sure it helps him drive stuff to the business that he owns and stuff. But people like him really impress me, that they don't need to. Andy Scheckman, a lot of the people that I know, I watch Gerald Salente. I'm sure he's got millions of dollars in the bank. A lot of these economic guys, they got money and they still do YouTube channels. And that's awesome. I dig that. I dig that when people have plenty of money and then they don't do it for money. So I see that with Andy Scheckman. He doesn't have to come in and talk about anything. He could just be a dealer in a mint dealer, and stay behind. But he totally puts himself out there. And he's made himself look a little bit, for years, he's looked a little funny with this whole BRICS thing, but now absolutely, yeah, I love. Do you watch Gerald Celente? So you know what? If I could vote for president right now, I would vote me for president, right? Because I think I could run this better than any other president right now. Actually, Ron, not Rand. Rand's a sellout and a snake. Ron's son, Rand, he's a snake. I don't like him. But his dad, Ron Paul, and Judge Napolitano, 2024. And we might stand a chance to get this country back to the constitutional republic that it was. But we both know, I don't think either of them are related to the Queen. So, man, I love watching Gerald Celente's weekly deal when he has Judge Napolitano in there, man. He is just an absolute, God, I love watching. He's such a constitutional, that old, him being a judge obviously helps, but I think that would be the best ticket for this country. A Ron Paul, Judge Napolitano ticket, VP, or either or. They could do either way. It wouldn't matter. Either those guys can run this country right back to the constitutional republic that it was. So, oh yeah, he's got quite the potty mouth on him, Mr. Celente, right? He's not afraid to, that's a bunch of... What happened to his button? I've been following trends in the news for a long time. He's an amazing trends forecaster. Yeah, Rand Paul, he's I don't like him, but Ron Paul. Now, Ron Paul, his dad, he's still, are you guys watched to the Liberty Report? Trends in the news, yeah. Yeah, small government, obviously. Both of those guys know about small government, but yeah, some of these guys have done this for so long, and they don't need to make money. I really like that. Like, can't remember the name of Economic Ninja, but he's like, he knows this cycle that's happening, right? And he's like, we're going to make millionaires, right? We're going to make millionaires. We're going to make millionaires. I don't know if he's the first person that I ever heard say that. I think I heard it before Economic Ninja said it, but. No, well, maybe I did, or maybe he used it from somebody else, but I think it was Economic Ninja that he said, and it might have been him, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys have heard this for somewhere else, but he said, for everybody that slammed a door in my face, during these hard times and gave me a hard time, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to go back and buy the building that was attached to that door. And I'm going to rent it back to him and be a good landlord, not like BlackRock. That's Economic Ninja, guys. If you don't watch him, that dude is awesome. He's been a millionaire since he's 20. He's probably my age, so he's probably been a millionaire for more than a couple of decades, and he doesn't have to do the channel, and he does. So, but I think he's the one that said that. Did you guys ever hear that? Did anybody else say that? Did he take that from somebody else? And I'm just, because I remember him saying that. I do remember him saying that he wanted to make millionaires, as many as he could. And that he would make those millionaires and they would be good people, not like a BlackRock, and they would go be good landlords. Don't be, just because somebody was a jerk to you, don't be a BlackRock, go back and rent it to them at a reduced, at a good rate and be a good landlord. And I was like, that is epic, dude. What an epic way of thinking. I don't think about money that way because I don't want money that way, but if you had, Aaron, you've been trying. I'm just not in it right now, man. I got to stand up to do that. And I've showed already what I'm going to show for now. I might touch on that a little bit. Get ready for it. Do you have a shelter? Do you have a way? Do you have a way to get underneath the earth for, 5 or 6 feet? Yeah, you have a way to get over here? You might think about getting over here because, the sun is going to get you, and it's going to get a lot of people. And I hope I'm wrong about that celestial alignment. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not wrong about the alignment. That will happen. That's not going to happen. But my dates might be, I'm not picking a date. I didn't give you a date on this tide ship, but I believe they're in the first part of October. So it could happen.
Yeah, you can get it out here. You can get everything out here. So I don't have all that, but you can hook up, they got Starlink and all other stuff out here, whatever they got. I don't do any of that, but I got property that you can hook right up to the grid. At one point in time, I wish I'd done it earlier because I have everything to do it here. I have the box, and I have the 400 amp breaker, and I had the pole and had the conduit. And the only thing I didn't have was the wire. At one time, I think they only wanted a $2,300 check to string my pole wire and put the smart meter on it, and I didn't do it. So I bet you it's a lot more than that now. Can't be that much more, but probably maybe double. Everything's gone up, but I did. I was going to do it. You can do it all yourself out here. You can dig the ditch and lay the conduit and pull the string so they can pull the string back through, and they pull the wire. They pull the wire through, and they hook it up to the can, and then they put your smart meter on. But I'm not I'm not on that. I'm not on the grid. I produce all my own power. But people do have Starlink and stuff out here, so I'm sure they've got all the internet out here. I've seen there's multiple ways people get internet out here. We're not that far away. We're about 2 hours from the city, hour and 45 minutes or something. You drive a little faster. But yeah, everybody's got internet now, right? That's not even a thing. I just don't use that kind of internet. I don't play games. I don't do none of that. But nothing wrong with having time. You want to play games, do whatever you want. Heck, you get out to your bug out, just chill out the rest of your life. Just sit out here and, just enjoy your life. That's what I wish people would do. I wish people would come out to this valley, stop paying so much, quit being harassed, and enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Get quality of time. Stop spending your whole life trying to, work for the man, and your whole life is nothing but paying your land and paying your mortgage, and you're so strapped by debt that you don't even have a chance to have a life. That ain't no life. That ain't no life. And they won't come harass you out there because cool, nice, right on. This is why they won't mess with you guys out here, because I've been posting this, and I posted this multiple times online. I've had mailers sent out. I've contacted the district attorney. I've contacted the sheriff. I'm up there, tail so bad out here. Now listen, under the 4th Amendment, you have the right to protect your home. I'm not telling you that to do any of this, but listen. With the owner's express verbal authorization, this includes any and all government officials. If you post this, if you know your rights, except for the case of a fire or medical emergency, there is no trespassing or subject to civil or criminal penalties under the U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242. Any and all other applicable federal, state, and civil criminal trespasses statutes. There is no trespass notice is also subject to the following provisions. So this is the right that I apply on this land, and I have made sure that everybody in this valley gets this right, because they try to trample on these rights, and I made sure that code ordinance officer will not do this anymore to anybody. It says that you are hereby notified that the owner of this property requires all public officials, agents, and persons to abide by the Supreme Court law and the U.S. Constitution and the ratified amendments thereof. Owner refused to permit any access, search, audit, assessment, or inspection whatsoever of this property without the presentation of a warrant prepared as prescribed by the 4th and 14th Amendment in the United States Constitution, and particularly describing the place to be searched. Have to say where they're going to search, and the persons. It has to call out on the warrant the searches, where they're searching, which person, 14th Amendment, and the things. It says then, and the things that are seized. Alleged zoning and land area code violations do not establish constitutional reason for entering this property. Code ordinance officer can't enter your property. Feds can't enter your property. I just showed you. a government official, agent, or any other person entering this property without the express consent of the owner and without proper warrant as described above will be considered an intruder attempting to trespass, extort, injure, threaten, harass, or intimidate, or otherwise jeopardize the life of the property and the property of the owner of this property. Violations can trigger fines of up to $10,000 and, oh man, my eyes are, and prison sentences of up to 10 years of both pursuance of trespass and the above listed. Use of necessary force may be used at the discretion of the owner. I can deem you an intruder. I get to use what use of force I deem necessary. I have that right under the Constitution. If you need to provide any notice to the owner, the mailing address is available at the county assessor's office. So that's how they have to contact you, is via your mailing address. They can't come on your property. Okay? Any such notice will be mailed by the U.S. mail, postage, prepaid, certified, return receipt requested. Warning, private property. So this is your right. This is how I defend this area where I'm at. And call down there and ask my name. They'll tell you, yeah, that son of a, he won't stop messing with us. Because this will go out and harass and extort these people out here, and I will not allow it. Not on my watch. I said, just when you unalive him, do not make sure he is turned away from you. And I'm not condoning anything like that, but I'm telling people, you have the right under this constitutional right that I showed you, if somebody enters your property, to deem them an intruder. And so this is why I called the district attorney and spoke with the sheriff and told him, you're going to get this man unalive, because we live out here, remember, and people don't care. You come on their property, they'll use their right. They're all very aware. People are very aware of this. I've made this known now for years, because actually they tried to send him out because it's been years. It's been years. Yeah, whatever. Pound sand. Election was stolen. And then you come in here. You can find this yourself. It's the titles in there too. So you do the works of your father, the devil. Casting shade. If the eye is filled with the darkness, the whole lamp is filled with it. And obviously your whole lamp is filled with it. How did I apply this out here? How are people posting this? It's AI. These stupid bots, man. I can't stand it. I really wish, I can't wait for this tech to go down, guys, and all this electronic crap to go to the side, and a man can stand in front of a man and say that to my face. Say it to my face, but you won't. You won't say nothing because you're sitting on the other side of a keyboard, and you're a keyboard warrior. Pretty soon you're going to lose your keyboard and you ain't going to be nothing. But the knowledge you have in your head and your intentions, everything you do and ever done. So, and ever will do. So, this is your Fourth Amendment right, guys. I just showed you. So please get copies of this. This can be found all over the internet. I just told you it's Fourth Amendment. It's U.S. Title 18, Section 24 through 242. Through 242. Look it up. See if it's fake. See if it's real. So assert your rights, guys. That's what I've encouraged people to do. So out here, that's what they did. And I called him and said, this guy's going to end up losing his family or their family member. He's a good dad, and he's not, he's entering people's property. And look, he's going to end up, and you're going to get sued because he entered, and they're going to sue you because you sent him on their property, which is against the law, and you caused them heartache. They had to use their right to deem an intruder, and not in the back, but somewhere in the front. And guess what? Now you're getting sued, county. You better stop sending this guy around here. I've talked to him. He's a pretty good guy. He's not a bad dude. He didn't go out and try to harass him. He's just trying to do his job. He's a family man. But you're going to get him unalived. You better stop sending him out here. Use the mailing address like it says. He can drive around and look in their yards, but you better not send him on that property. And so they won't come out here anymore, guys. If you want to come out here, you have people like me, and I have one other guy that stands with me and helps me do some of this electronic posting and blanket this stuff. When I do this, they know.
No, we've already put it out here. So you can come out to this area that I live and not get messed with by code ordinance officers and all that. Don't let your trash roll around. The county can come against you if somebody complains. Don't give anybody a reason and they'll leave you alone. They don't want to mess with people because they have people like me out here up their tail. Like I said, I have a guy out here. He's, been a paralegal and all that stuff. They keep pulling him over and harassing him, and my name keeps coming out of the sheriff's mouth. Well, Tracy needs to quit trying to push so hard to get control of everybody in this valley and all this, no. You're not going to run roughshod on these people out here. You don't do your duty in my backyard. So I've been known for standing up out here, guys. I'm the guy out in this town that stood up during the COVID, and because I want the people out here to have if I keep telling you to come out here, this place is where you can be left alone. I don't want that to change. I want it to be that place, and I don't want to be bothered either. So I don't give them a reason like that to mess with me. I already give them enough reasons to mess with me, So, but nothing like that. I don't have trash blowing around my yard. You can't even tell if this place has been here for 2 years or hundreds of years. It don't look like that. I don't build anything new and modern. All my stuff looks like it's been here for hundreds of years. So the new code and ordinance officer drives by, ain't gonna know that this. He couldn't tell. He'd probably think this place has been here for 100. Oh, I think it's a place to be grandfathered in, So I definitely don't have a place that looks like, because some people take advantage of that, guys, out here, and they do whatever they want, and then they bring in a bunch of crap and it's blowing all over the yard. And, oh yeah, all you want. People constantly hear my neighbor over here. They're a ways away. They're a mile, but you can hear it. They shoot out there at the farm. That's a 820 acre parcel. That's probably about 800. They're 200 plus acre. They don't ever, but Sig over there, I hear him. The neighbor over there about 3 miles, I can hear him over there popping. I got targets and stuff out here for target practice and all that. So, yep, you can just go right in my backyard and all you want. There's plenty of. So you could set up obstacle courses and stuff out here. So, but again, guys, I think that people we need to start having more people do stuff like what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Asserting your rights so they can't go run roughshod on anybody. So this place is pretty free out here, guys, right now. Not freedom, idolatry, but this place is pretty free. And I've had a hand in it. And I don't want any glory. God is the one who's made me do this. Stand up for these people, Tracy. Don't let these people be walked on. You got it, Father. Be not partakers in their unfruitful works of darkness, yet expose them. Yeah, but you don't get that out here, Sherry. I made sure you can come out here. Actually, Oregon and Washington are the only two places in the United States you can legally be homeless now. Everywhere else, it's illegal to sleep on a piece of cardboard, cover yourself up with a newspaper, have a pillow overnight. You can't do that. It's illegal in 48 states, except for Washington and the state of Oregon. So that's not homeless people out here, but that helps a lot out here. They can't really mess with people out here too much anyway. So this is a township. And fortunately, where all the money's at is down towards the California border, because I live in the way northern portion of the county, more towards the central portion of the state. And this county is the second largest portion, county in the state, and it goes all the way to the California border. But the law is down there. We're up here in this township. And so we're the bastard of the county, way up here with, so they don't enforce much up here because we're our own. We have our own law up here. Read up on Christmas Valley. Go read the history. This place is not some place where you just come out here and, be some city slicker and make it. You ain't gonna make it out here like that. People try and they don't last more than a year or two, and then their stuff. Actually, a lot of these people have been here a while. They don't like people like that coming out here because then their stuff gets blown by the desert, and nobody get these people coming and picking stuff off from it, and petty crime if that happens, and then the stuff starts blowing all over the desert, and they don't like that. So they run people like that off out here for a lot of years, and they did for decades. Nobody can move out in this town unless you were legit and, whatever. It was hard. They made it hard on everybody who came out here, like a gang. They jump you into this town, So this ain't some sissy la town, and it's not that place anymore, guys. You can just move out here and be left alone because the sheriff is scared as hell of me. He won't even come to my house. I've been trying to talk to that
spineless jellyfish, for 2 years, and he won't even come to my house. And I've demanded he come to my house, and he won't show up. So I'm not above the law, but the last time I got pulled over, I told them that I am the law in this town, because I stood in when the law wouldn't stand up for this town. I stood in. So I reminded the last time they were trying to be road raiders and extort me for my hard-earned, money that I traded and worked for. Said, you're not going to extort me. You're not going to harass me. You're not going to trample on my rights. I'll sue your bond. I'll sue the living. You know what? No, you're not going to do that. And remember, I'm not the bad guy in this town. You keep going around and talking crap about me, but I'm not the bad guy. Remember, I'm the one who stood up, held a rally and across from your police department when you guys wouldn't stand in, and help these businesses during the COVID. I did. You didn't. So I'm the law in this town. Don't you ever forget that. That was my last words that I've had with the police in this town so far. So, but remember, that's why when the other guys get pulled over, it's like, that Tracy needs to calm down and just calm down. Just assimilate out here and we'll stop messing with them. So, whatever. I ain't never going to stop. And I harassed them. Like I say, when that new sheriff came to town, I lit him up like a Christmas tree. All the sheriffs in this town are a bunch of failures. They stood down the COA. They all need to turn in their badges. What a bunch of failures enforcing straw man, capital letter law. What a bunch of tyrants. What a bunch of road pirates. What a bunch of thieves. I can't even get the elected sheriff to come out here. What a spineless jellyfish. There's none of these officers, not even public servants. They don't even serve this public. They haven't done anything. They stood down he didn't even turn around and say nothing to me. Hey, sir, I just caught on the job. I'm a hero. I can help you. Or, hey, I'll get it. Didn't even turn around. He's making his hot dog the whole time. He wouldn't even turn around, and I was talking about him and all his comrade, his gang thug members out here. So, you guys, you can just come out here and shut up and nobody will bother you. You don't have to be me, but I stand up for you. You can shut up and sit there, but I won't. Just like last time, I send the sheriff out here. Don't send no deputies. I'll light them up. I lit them up like a Christmas tree. Oh, we didn't serve during the COVID. Well, guess what? You didn't tell all these cops to stop enforcing this capital letter law and this, no victimless crime. You're tyrants. And if I tell you what, if this thing, we go lock down again, I'm going to be right up your guys' you know what. And if you don't believe me, look on my video on TikTok. That's exactly what I say to them. I don't let them come in here and and do that to me. So, well, we got a call, and so we don't know why. What is it that we're here for? You don't know why on your property. You're trespassing. I'll deem you intruder. Leave now. Get off my property. You can't come. You don't know why you're here. You're intruding. Leave. So calm down. Don't tell me to calm down. You serve me. You're a public servant. I tell you what to do. So they don't like to be told what to do, guys. But most people just lick their boot and do what they're told. Here's my license. So I call them out, even in the town I live in. I got to live here, so I don't want to run roughshod on me or anybody in this town. So as you can see, if you don't believe me, call the cops. Go stalk my TikTok channels. Go ask, call around, ask anybody who's any. They know who I am in this town. And it's not me, guys. This is God doing this. He's the one who makes me do this. I am persecuted for the things I do in this town. People say some of the most crazy, horrible things about me in this town, but it's never stopped me. People run away from me when they see me. A lot of people go the other direction when they see me coming. They don't want to deal with my stuff. They just want that. Remember, they just want to be left alone. So, oh, here he comes. Watch out, honey. Get up. Let's leave. Get before he comes. So, assert your rights, guys, please. I'm still here. I made it through the COVID. They were going to put me in Guantanamo Bay, and it was a national emergency during the COVID, and I was going to be arrested, and they were going to come get me in a little white van, and the Department of Defense and the NSA, and I was a terrorist, and blah, 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 blah. I'm so glad that I did it. I'm so glad that I can look back and go, well, how many people stood up during the COVID in Oregon to their governor? How many people held rallies, across from the police department to try to get them to step in action? What do you mean about taxes? So I think I'm gonna have to go water the bushes here, guys, in a minute here, or whether I'm not use the white water. So I don't use that during the day. I use that at nighttime, but I'm gonna go out and water my bushes. Give me a minute.
I've almost finished that coffee off. Are you talking about land taxes out here, Sherry? Taxes are cheap out here for land tax. There is no state tax, so. You don't pay taxes on food or that type. There's gas tax or whatever. Well, you can't be homeless, Sherry, in two states are the only places you can be homeless now, Oregon and Washington. Every other state, they've made being homeless illegal. You can be cited and put in jail. So yeah, if you have a blanket or a pillow or a newspaper or something to cover your face or your body or cardboard, illegal. So why do you hate America so much, Tracy? They in some states, they're like, hey, Jill, you want to sew this button on his jacket? Oh, okay. Well, he wants his pocket on her jacket. Or she, what? They got them all mixed up, guys. And I like America? No. No. There's good people here, but the country itself, no. You want me to like what's going on in this country? And this, no. So, all right, give me a minute, guys. We're going to take a 5 minute here. I'll take a pause here. Go use the, check on my kitties outside. I don't want to let my kitties in. They're outside. They've been outside for a couple hours here. What if 2-3 hours? So, hey, guys, I got a link in the description. Any of you guys can help me out. I got my money taken out of my CashApp card, and they won't give it back to me, even with the police report. 6 police reports sent. The guy said, no, you'll get your money back. Don't you worry about it. Nobody's ever filed a thing with a police report. Well, guess what? There's always one. I'm that guy. So actually, I'm going to do a quick poll, too. I'm going to do a poll. So the link is in the description if you have the ability. I appreciate it. I had a couple of people help me out yesterday, so I got about 3 days to get my land payments paid out here. I've been trying to invite people to come out here forever, so let's go. Are you ready for? Are you ready for the 10, 24, 4, celestial, 4 largest gas giant, giant, like Philistines, like champion, ALIGNMENT. Period. All right, so let's go. Turn. What else do we got here? What else can we put in here? We're going to do a little visual effect here. Why not? Might as well ring the bells. Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Oh. Nobody sings that song anymore. You're so old school. You're old school. Ooh, let's do that. Hold on, I got to do the visual here, guys. My bad. Oh, where'd they go? Boom. Okay, there it is. Boom. Boom, shakalaka. So, okay.
and that. Where did it go? So looking through the graphics here. It's going to take me forever to do this because I'm going to do this the hard way. Oop, there it is. Shakalaka, shakalaka. Ooh. Oh. So we have to do where'd they all go? Oh, there it is. Okay, boom, that one. Hey, what's it doing? Oh, it's not going to let me do that? Why not? After all that, it's not going to let me do it. Oh, you know. All right, whatever. Whatever. Start pull. All right. Let's see. Let's get right there. Boy, don't get the boy. You love the dad. You love the dad. Yes, it does the dad. All right, let's see what we got here. We only got 14 votes. Let's see. 71% said no. Oh, man, that sucks, guys. That's a bummer. We're ready. Let's see. Let's start another poll. 15 comments. No. 66. Yes. 33. Oh, look at those ending numbers, guys. Look at those ending numbers. How about a couple of you? You guys got a broken finger? How about you help a brother out and hit that thumbs up button? Oh, wait. That's not your... You got to hit that with your finger, so... Oh, I got that really hot. I warmed up and made a little more coffee here, so... Let's start. I'm going to start another poll. We'll start another poll. We'll do some polls here for a minute. Let's see. All right, let's see. Uh-oh, we came unplugged. Uh-oh. We've been unplugged the whole time, huh? I have to start this stream back over here in a minute, guys, because I didn't see this phone came unplugged. Yep, it's not charging. I don't know why it doesn't do that. Sometimes it doesn't charge, so... What are you guys doing over there? Play easy. No, it's not going to charge. Darn it. All right, I can stay on here for another 10 minutes or so. I won't stay on here long, and then I'll restart the stream. Have to restart it. Came unplugged. I don't know why this phone, guys. I bought it brand new, and it did it. Sometimes when you plug it in, it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't charge. It doesn't matter. It's clean. There's nothing. I've tried everything. Just have to reset the phone. I've tried every setting. It's done it from the day that I got it. Yeah, this phone is, yeah, they're definitely doing what they want with this phone. I cannot seem to make it work properly. And all right, let's see if I'll do that. My bad. Kicker cable. No, it's always done it. Remember, ever since I've got this phone, it doesn't matter. I can unplug it, plug it back in, and sometimes it does. The phone have cleaned it, and sometimes the only way, if I take it and reset the phone and plug it in, it'll do it. But the only way that this phone will start charging again is if I hard reset the phone. I've looked through every setting. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't. So it should plug in and go beep, but it doesn't. But if I just reset the phone, it will. So kind of the bummer sometimes. I don't know. There's no way for me. Yeah, see, it's not showing charging. So anyways. All right, we're just doing a little silly poll here. The poll says, how much would you pay an acre to live off the grid in the high desert Oregon outback? So you're going to live off grid. How much would it be worth to live off the grid? So let's see if we can get that. Oh, start the stream, restart the stream, restart the stream. This is not, what are you guys doing? These boys are playing. I can't see. The pole's blocking it. How do I? Silly kids. Oh, John O'Donald. John O'Donald. And a pretty juniper girl. My sweet pea. Oh, she's getting puppy now, huh? A sweet pea. Little sweet pea. Little girl. The only girl that we have at the farm. The only girl. She's the only girl. She's the only sweet girl. What are you doing, sweet girl? Uh-oh. All right, let's see. Live chat. We'll get not too many votes here, but let's see. Live chat. Are we back up? All right. There we go. So we get 5 on the diesel. 15 votes, yeah, on that one. 76 people in the room. We only got 4 votes. That's cool. More people seem to come vote from outside the room. That's pretty strange. I was looking through the analytics sometimes, and people will vote. I guess that shows up in the short or something like that sometimes. We got the coffee too hot. All right, I won't stay on here too long, guys, because I actually need to unplug and replug this phone in if I'm going to get it to charge. Otherwise, it'll just drain the battery back down here. I didn't realize it'd come unplugged, so plugged in over there, plugging it over there. It's just the phone. It's just God messing with me again. Just God messing with me. It's random. No, stay inside for a minute, John O'Donnell. That'll get up in just a minute. I'll finish this stream up, so. All right, I'll come back here in a minute. I appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you for your comments in the chat. Thank you for the moderators moderating the chat. I do appreciate the couple people that helped me out yesterday and sent me I got a couple PayPals, so I'm that much closer, I guess, to getting these land payments taken care of. So again, I tried again to get them to figure out why I filed a police report, and that should have taken care of it, but it didn't. So I haven't got any hits on that generator yet. So don't think I'm going to sell the silver to do it. I think I'm going to try to go into Lapine, and there's a pawn shop in Lapine, and see if I can take the generator there. That maybe I can get it back and not have to actually, because I don't see it I have it for $699. It's a Honda 2000, should be sold by now. It's got real low on hours, only ever run on ethanol free gas. So yeah, I'm about ready to end the live here because my battery came unplugged, and I bought a brand new phone. It did it since it was new. It only charges when it wants to. I've always just get frustrated at the most high. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to buy a brand new phone. It don't even work right, but so I don't know. It came unplugged. and I've tried to plug it back in a couple times, and it's not. Yeah, 29%. So I'll have to come back on. I haven't checked, John. Like I said, I went and watered the bushes, let the cats in, warmed up my coffee, and came and sat back down. So I'll check it when I unplug the phone. I'll go ahead and check it again, Sean or John. Thank you. But I'll be back on. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate it. Again, thank you, John, for coming in. I'll come back on here in just a few, get the phone plugged back in, and I'll take a look at my email. So I won't be too long, and I'll be back. Won't be too long. I'll be back, guys. So again, guys, appreciate your support. I'm feeling a little better. I was a little upset this morning again to have to wake up to another day, but it's not like I didn't thank him for the day. And just I was a little frustrated with all the time that it's been spent, and I shouldn't worry about things I can't change. I was just like, God, I like 16 hours into that for nothing, 16 hours I spent on the phone to be told no. And it's just hard. It's just getting hard every day with this. I told you, he shoves me back down under the water where I can barely see the light. And then I keep swimming towards the light, and then he shoves me back down. It's been so long since I've had my head above water, but maybe that day will come. Maybe that day will come, and if I don't see it in this lifetime, it'll surely come when I get myself free of this flesh. Then I will be able to breathe again. But until then, I told myself I can't do this. I have to go take my cross up. I got to do what I got to do. It ain't about this. It's more important that I follow my commander and go just talk to people and let them know they're not alone. We're all suffering, and that's part of what we got to go through to be with him. So whether he throws me in the abyss or he calls my name out in that book of life, I'm going to keep carrying my cross, and that's why I'm back here. So I thank you for letting me take it up again. Daily cross, what we call this live here. So much blessings, guys. And there's links in the description of this video if you want to drop a donation. And I'll be back here in just a little bit. I appreciate your time, and much phileo and always agape.